A man named Ken, stranded all alone on a desert planet. Challenge on very hard and the Chaos Moon. What could possibly go wrong? We're in for a bumpy ride, ladies and gentlemen, so get yourselves strapped in and watch the drama unfold. Desperate but ready, here I go. Alright, so what I will say is this is really ambitious, by the way, and we'll have a quick look around the seed, but yes, really, really ambitious. I don't know how this is going to go, so that's going to be part of the fun, right? But I can see, well, the map's pretty cool. We've got good defensible area over here, so we might have to set up shop over here. We have the beautiful tube plant, which is going to help massively. And it looks like we've got rounded cactus, which, yeah, something. And we need to check for hay grass. There seems to be some tall grass over here as well. So it looks like we are going to be able to get everything we need. Now, activities aren't going to matter, so I'm going to leave it as is, purely because I'll be micromanaging him like you wouldn't believe anyway. Now, we're going to be taking this very, very slowly, and it is chaos, so we are going to be hitting up some stuff pretty quickly. I'm going to hit play and get this moving. So we're going to need to get all of the basics done. Hopefully we get some crashed stuff, which we are. So all of these crashed things are going to help massively. The more the merrier, actually, because he gets double scrap from scavenging. So yeah, I think that'll be useful. The main thing is, will we have any farmland? I have no idea. Then we're going to have to observe the tube plant as well. I think I'll be grabbing some of that. But early, I will be cutting these guys and cutting some of those blade grasses as well. So, and then we'll make sure he's cutting the blade grass afterwards. So it's going to be slow and steady to make sure we can get on our feet early on. This is going to be a hard challenge, I think. Wow, very hard. Right, he's about to finish that one off then. So we will get a stick spot set up. Now, where do we want to go? I think I'm honestly going to go over here, and we'll be living out of these for quite some time anyway. And the main thing is I want to get the sleeping spot in straight away so he's not sleeping underground. We've got to try and keep him happy. Right, let's get a bit of a stockpile out front. And we'll be doing minimal because the more items we have, the worse it'll be, right? Once he's done that, I'm going to get him to go ahead and observe the tube plant. Oh, well, let's do this first, actually, my friend. Do that one. Then the tube plant. Then we're going to start scavenging because we need a weapon. Now, he gets double scrap, Ken does, so we'll be putting down some traps as well. That should be basically how we're going to survive the first few attacks, if I can survive them. Now, I'm going to stop him observing that one now. The reason I'm going to do that is because that is food, so I just have to it. It's probably best that we get over here, and then after this, I think it's probably going to come within the first 3 days, so we need to make sure we're good. Forgot to show you the research. I should have another look. Sleep training, chitin synthetics, printer components, carbon wind turbines, and battery optimization. Really, really good, actually. Now, one thing we're going to struggle with is it seems it's going to be wood. I'm trying to remember which plants are which. I can't remember, so that's going to add to the fun, right? There's a couple of trees over here, actually, which is good. Most things we're going to have to build out of probably stone, though. So I will set these to be cut down. You get a lot from these anyway. And the first couple of days, we can work him pretty hard because he's got the boost anyway. And there we go. Cloth blossom is done. He's not able to do it because he doesn't have farming, but he will be able to harvest it. I'm not going to do it yet, though. We don't necessarily need it. We have 5 medicines, so that should be enough for him anyway. I'm going to need a little bit of a table as well at some point. We need to get that wood. So let's get him cutting. He's on it already. Good man. Then we need to focus the weapon. All right, now we have that, then we can get in our tiny wooden table and 1 chair just for our friend Ken to eat. And he's straight on that anyway. Then after that, we're going to get him to get your chair done first, mate. So it's quite fiddly to start, just to get the real basics in, and then we'll scavenge. And just for this, we'll follow him as he goes on through. I love this this thing. It's so good. Look at the environment, man. gorgeous. He seems to have synthetic trousers on, actually, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the scavenger shall start, and we'll see if we get something from this anyway. All right, cloth. That's not bad. I'm going to get to haul this stuff over, though, into storage, and then get back to scavenge. We're going to have to try and get lucky on this. If not, we're screwed. Or we could build some with scrap, but as long as we get some scrap out of this, we can get traps down, right? It's not the end of the world. Good news is on Solo, you have food for quite some time. At least the first few days. So the main focus is going to be on here. But day 2 is almost out already. So we've got to be really careful. Okay, so scrap metal it was. That's fine. You're going to have to... I'm going to let him sleep tonight, to be honest. Just to get his happiness back up. Because he is exhausted. And they work a bit slower at night. Maybe we should get our campfire in as well. And we can make that out of scrap metal. So I've queued him up to eat and then straight to scavenge as soon as he wakes up as well. So the moment he's off from this, he should be good. We can set his schedule to anything, to be fair, permanently. So we can figure out what he needs to do. Now, some of the big things is going to be expanding this. So it is the usable area, basically. And that's as big as his house is going to be. And we're going to need to cut down probably you and you. Just going to wake him up to sort himself out. Best case scenario is we manage to pull a pistol or something out from here. It's a good deal with the first few attacks from a range. Just scrap so far. That's okay. Let's get you cutting this one. Then cutting that one. And let's get those built. There we go. We got our first attack. 9 bugs. So what we're going to have to do here is either bait them into this or do something else. So defense-wise, I think we can get in a few traps. That's quite big, though, which is unfortunate. We're going to go for that many traps. We'll see. I might be able to pull a weapon real quick. If not, we're going to have to construct. Are we going to run out of time? Maybe. So the plan is to get them stuck in here, then stab them to death. So day 3 they came. Come on. I don't know if I'm going to get enough time. Nope. Don't transport, please. Oh, it needs those resources anyway. Yeah, I could always run them into the other things as well. Construct, please. Right, they're coming. We might be able to get a few of these built, though. I'm going to keep him building until they get here. Right, here they come. Come on, Kent. Probably that one, please. Come on. Oh, they might get attacked by this thing, though, if they run in front of that. Come on, run into it. Oh, my God, I can't hear anything. Right, we're going to draft him as soon as that one's built. Go over here, please. Pop. Get him to stab it. I'm just going to have to cheese it, unfortunately. Just how it is. Get in on it. Right, there we go. That's the best we can do. We're going to have to fight the rest. That's fine, though. He likes fighting, so that's the main thing. How long can they stay like that for? That is the question. He likes observing death, so... Right, they're in for a while, so I think we're okay. These are all one hit as well, so... If we can get him a gun, though, we are laughing. I'm going to go and get that one. And that one. And then this one. He's a little bit hurt, but he's fine. And we are going to go get him to heal himself. Good. I'm going to cancel those orders, and we'll keep this row right here, I think. Even a spear at this point, I think, would be okay. That's the first attack successful, at least. If we can pull a weapon, we are loving life. I'm going to send Ken to sleep just to get his last bit of health up. Get this mild pain and stuff away, and he should be fine. And then in the morning, we are going to hit up the scavenge. All right. Drowsiness is gone. Let's get him back on the scavenge, please. Desperate for a weapon. If not, we're going to have to build one. And that comes in the form of a workbench. And we can get a little bow. But yeah, they're going to be coming thick and fast. It's quite hard to get things done. And he's getting very unlucky here. So we're going to need a few of these cut. After you walk, can you cut those down, please, mate? I'm not going to be taking these down at all either. Right, workbench going in. We're also going to need our research desk. And I'll put this in wood. Mr. Ken, can you do that one afterwards? That's all the wood we've got. And then the landing pod. Now, we're not going to be able to craft anything yet. The main thing is going to be if we needed the bandages, right? But that's as best as it's going to be. The end of day 4 is coming up already, man. Now, we can stand there researching weaponsmithing. I might queue that up. Come on. Ah, scrap is okay. We will need it because we can build in it. But it is still a bit of a problem. Right, just going to set a few rocks to be mined because that's going to help massively. How long have we got? 4 more on this. So he's going to get something out of that. You usually do. And I'm just going to go ahead and get the food on a little shelf there as well. But that stone is going to be needed. Now, I will be aiming to get some kind of perimeter, and I'd have to use it with the stone fences, I think, just to force them into the traps is the main thing. Now, we could do a stick fence, to be fair. That should work. I don't have enough wood to do the other one, and I can get sticks. So if we just do that, just like that, and then we put in a little stick gate just at the back. I can stand in there with some traps. That should help massively. Let's cut some of these. Ken, I know you like going for a walk, but can you go and do that, please? And there we go. We'll let him eat and sleep. And then in the morning, I'm going to cut down one more tree. We're actually quite lucky. We've got the mushrooms here as well, worst case scenario, so we can make some soup. I do need to get those green grass for antibiotics, though. So I am going to have to sacrifice and observe one of these momentarily. Probably that one there. And what I'm going to do is bring these up this way actually as well, just by one piece, so they force themselves into the traps properly. And that needs to be sealed because the next attack is going to come very soon. It's 3 in the morning. How are we looking? So you're pretty happy. Can you wake up and come and do this, please? Darkness should go, so it'll be fine. And his manipulation speed should be good. I think we'll be okay for the next attack. They shouldn't get too much bigger just yet. They'll get bigger, but not too much more. And we might need to sacrifice, stand there and research a bow or something. Okay, tall grass, done. Perfect. Which is the green grass. That is amazing. And look at that. We have somewhere to do it. We don't need a lot of it. So let's just do a tiny field. And then when these get harvestable, we'll get them done as well. But yeah, we want the shelves done. So then I can turn off the food off here. Probably the medicines as well. And then we'll keep it all to come into there. Okay, we're on 13 meals. He's got this -9 for insufficient food variety. We may need to go and observe this one for an extra food source soon. I'm trying to remember what this one is. Rounded cactus. I think they can eat that, but I'm not too sure. All right, I'm going to force wake him up. He is hungry, so we're going to need to eat as well. Get him to construct these ready because the attack is going to come at some point. I think we go for the weapons afterwards. So that's a 12-hour research as well. We're going to hit that up for a bit. Now, my next storage shelf, I'm going to make out of scrap just to get rid of a bit of it. Less scrap we have in storage, the better, right? And then this one we'll make sure has everything as well, which is good. We just don't want our meals in there. So let's get that moved over as well. The food, so it doesn't go bad. Hold on. You can... No, don't eat. No, 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 no. How long do they last? 24 days. We need those moved under a roof. Okay, I'm going to let him sleep it off then. He's half scavenged. I don't know. We're going to be into day 8. It's kind of scary. I do need this weaponsmithing ASAP. I have a feeling we're going to observe the tall cactus. I have a feeling we can eat it. I'm trying to remember. But first, we're going to finish this scavenge right now. So get your booty up, please. And then you're going to observe that. Come on, any weapon. Laser pike could be okay at this point. More scrap. Damn it. I think they have distasteful flowers on, which has a bad thingy, but they're pretty quick to observe. There's also this branch cactus which gives us something as well. So I'm going to check that one. And there we go. Right, this thing then. Yeah, distasteful flowers. I know that barely edible. I could survive on these distasteful flowers if I had to, but they taste bitter and I'd rather chew my socks. I'm going to cut one. I'm going to just see if the flowers themselves are supposed to harvest. Silly me. Right, instead of that, let's grab the branched cactus. See, if I knew these, I'd be fine. I can't even remember half of them, which is hilarious. Makes it even harder. It doesn't actually give you a happiness debuff by the looks of it, from what I can see anyway. So we'll try harvest a couple more. Ones with flowers on, basically. There we go. Branched cactus is done. This thing gives cactus slime, slight medicinal cactus juice, which is good. So eat those. Let's see if it gives a bad thing here. 8 distasteful flowers, -9. Holy crap. Yeah, that's not good. But it should get rid of the food variety. Yeah, we got rid of it. So it's actually worth it because then that only lasts 12 hours as well. Okay, not the end of the world. And we can craft antibiotics from the cactus slime should we need it as well. We've got the green obviously coming too. And we will probably set up the green to make some porridge. I'm going to force the weaponsmithing research now. So we are officially nearly 50% of the way through, which is really, really good. I think we're going to have the wet season coming in. Wow, we're okay for a while, so I don't need to get the lightning rods yet either. Now, I've switched the observation of the tube over to this side, slightly closer, so I'm going to allow that. We can keep the campfire burning. I know we're in dry season, so probably don't want that being wasted. Intellect 3 as well, so all of this is going to help. So I am going to craft a bow here. It seems that this is going to be the only way, although... Yeah, we have cloth, so that is fantastic. We're going to do 1 craft of that. Now, after that, realistically, what do we want to do? Tool making could help, but I don't think so. Tailoring, we might need a hat at some point. But he's pretty good against the thingies here. Above -7, below 47. And there we go. Ken is going to have his weapon now. Perfect. So what we're going to do is you equip that short bow. I'm going to let you eat. And then in the morning, after he slept, I'm going to observe this tube here. And we'll get a few of those picked up. I'm going to let him go for his walk, though. He likes that. All right. 10 aggressive animals on the next one. There is an explodey in the midst of that one. Now, don't know if I can squeeze down to do that. But I really don't want to have to deal with them now. I think I can squeeze down and see if I can get a couple of shots off. If I can just pull one at a time, we are good. Now, just got to be careful with how they do this. There we go. We'll pull a couple. If I can thin this down, we're good. No, they're all coming. Okay, they're no longer coming. Shoot them. We can land a few shots. We are good because they will start to bleed out. Which is perfect. We just want to hit them a few times. Not go that way. Go on, Kenny boy. Well done. Now, this makes him really happy, so we can't complain too much. We've killed a couple. This is exactly how we want it to go, really. It's we wasted a little bit of time, but as long as we can take 0 damage, or maybe not 0, but enough to keep it good, I think we're okay. And the time spent not having to reset the traps would also work. There we go. Good. All right, just 4 more. Get past a certain point, I know I'll be okay. And that is the flamethrowers, basically. Just need to get to them. And Mr. Ken is a gunslinger. I am going to run from the explodey one. I'm going to wait here, actually, because they are fast. And ideally, we don't want it to explode on me. The other one's coming round. So this is the main attack now. And we've killed it in 1 anyway. That one might be bleeding. And get another shot on it. We can get it double bleeding out. There we go. Don't want that exploding on me, really, though. But they are fast. Get your shot off. And he missed. Of course he did. Unfortunate. So just a quick bite. Have a quick nibble. Shoot. Boom. Right, explosion didn't get us, so we're all good. A little bit hungry, and then a few fun things to do. So we're going to need some kind of leisure. And honestly, I think the shooting target is going to be the play. So we'll get this in, and we've got a bit of hay that we can cut down here. Let's also get him cutting the blade grass, and then we're going to get him observing the tube plant straight after. It's almost done. So we'll get his fun things to do. That's his happiness levels. So we've had 2 attacks. So far, so good. We're living the dream. Now, once he finishes this, this will give us some food to get that variety going for a couple of days. Just going to have to live off it for a bit. So I'm going to cancel a couple, so we don't want to be storing too many. We'll get enough for a few meals. Going to also get in another 2 rows of these, and I'm going to copy this in as well. So I'm going to go all the way to the end. Got plenty of sticks around here anyway. We just cut those 3 bushes. Should be enough for that one. Maybe a little bit more. But yeah, it reduces our scrap down a little bit, and then we're fine. Now, another research. We need to try and find fuel so we can get something going. That construction 2 is going to help. So every level up he gets is going to be a big help here. I'm going to get him to practice shooting afterwards. That should give him the few fun things to do to disappear. Now, what we're after is some fuel, some electronics, that sort of stuff. I can make do with this bow for a little while, so it should be okay. Come on then, Kent. It's time to get up, mate. What I could also do is hunt these a little bit, get some meat and then dried meat. I believe these will produce raw hides and meat, and then we can get our leather as well for the punch bag, because that is his favorite thing to do. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm going to do that. Right, we got metal. I'm going to get him to go hunt this now, and it should bleed out anyway pretty quickly after a few hits. Plus, he likes to observe death, so can't go wrong, really. And we'll get ourselves a scrap metal drying rack right outside after he's hunted that one. There we go. And we'll get these dried out and ready to go. Now, as a 3rd food variety, we can live off meat and heptagonia. That would be perfect. So 48. There's nearly 5 meals just from that bit of meat there. I know we were going to scavenge. We actually only have 1 more on this. So we're going to need to do the research of spaceship deconstruction at some point, which that's when we're going to get the electronics, I think. Going to queue up metal refining as well, so we can just smelt that up real quick. Needs to get a little bit of sleep before he eats again. I'm going to let him finish this last scavenge on here so we can then move on to the research, I think. We might get lucky on the last one. I'm hoping for fuel, actually. If we can get a flamethrower turret in or two, we will be loving life. Okay, 10 aggressive animals, a couple of bigger ones in there. A couple of big boys, actually. We got synthetic thingies, which is a bit annoying. Right, so we are going to let him finish transporting that. We are going to go on over and just see if we can get a couple of shots off on this. And mainly the bigger ones, actually, they run very quickly. Might be able to bait them back in. This is not ideal, but he has good combat, so that is the main thing. Right, big explodies chasing us. Get him, boys. Hit him, Ken. Good shots. Big bleed out now. Right, here they come then. We get a couple of pop-offs. One more shot on the big one, hopefully. Little ones don't matter. Oh, we're looking pretty good. Got all three of these bleeding, so it should be fine. Just mistimed this, I think. No, it should be able to get in before they get us. Come on, Ken, you can run quicker than that. And the trap should finish them off anyway. And there we go. Or not. He managed to get through. I got one more. I'm going to go shoot him. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to wait in here. And our dried meat is in as well. Perfect. Can you shoot him, Ken? Right, just quick stab. Thank you. Right, we'll leave them. And next one done. So that's 3 attacks dealt with. I'm going to let him heal himself. We are going to run out of healing stuff momentarily, but we should be able to craft a couple of bandages. I'm not going to use the leather for that, actually. All right, hit with a heat wave. That makes him very happy anyway, observing death, so we're fine. And we're getting a couple of bandages here with that cloth that we've got. There we go. Bandages done. He does like to craft. I'm going to send him to bed, though, before finishing that one. When you get up, you're going to eat the sweet syrup, craft the bandages, then research. And then I think I just need to cut down a little bit more heptagonia. There we go. He's done all those things. Now onto the spaceship deconstruction. Now, we can't go out discovering until we get the balloon, which requires metal and the fuel from the scavenge. Now, the metal's fine. We can get that from the smelting anyway. But yeah, nothing else. So we desperately need to get out. The leather has almost dried now as well. 84%. So we'll be able to get our punching bag in really soon. And there's the leather. Perfect. We are going to go ahead and get punching pole. Ken, can you just go to sleep, please, mate? When he gets up, we'll construct that. Then we'll move on to the research again. So nearly 50%. So it should be finished tomorrow. I'm just pushing him to do a little bit of crafting to get his happiness back up. And then back to the research. So 75%, 3 o'clock should be good. And once he's done with that, we will punch the punching bag, which should bring his happiness right up. I should get rid of this very soon. No concerns about the low food supply at the moment. We have nearly 6 meals, so that's okay. Plenty of heptagonia, and we can always hunt once more if needed. Which, actually, I'm going to set one more off so we can get that dried. It's not a bad diet already. Dried meat and syrup. He's loving life. And spaceship deconstruction done. See if we can get rid of this. There we go. Let's get this thing bleeding, please. Ken, you can do it. The other things are fighting. One of them they've done over there, actually. How hard do these things hit? That's what I want to know. It's angry. Right, luckily, it's damaged enough to kill it. Are you attacking me, or are you just hiding behind me? These are going to die off anyway, so I'm just going to butcher it and... well, we're just coming to steal it, basically. Then we got bit on the leg. We've got bandages for this now, anyway. All right, get up. It's gone 8 o'clock. I'll let you sleep for a few hours, but it's time to butcher once again. We're keeping the happiness okay. Just want to get this meat in so we don't need to worry about it anymore. These things have died as well. Survivors feel unhappy, have decreased movement speed, manipulation efficiency if outside during this disaster. Solar panels work at half. That's fine. All right, already on day 17 then. Mr. Ken is eating some dried meat. How's the rest looking? Okay, we got loads. 92. Just getting him to punch this so he's a happy boy, and then should go and finish these off. Almost got enough for our 1 antibiotic. I think we're good. Let's get all that transported over. We have a little bit to spare. Can you do that antibiotics first, please? That will get our happiness up. Hopefully he doesn't fail. No failure at crafting 4. He's only crafting 2. It should level him up, though. And hopefully we get 5 out of it. That would be really good. We only get 1. Okay. So 1 antibiotic is all we need, actually, to keep him good. Why are you sleeping? He is a bit drowsy. I'm going to force him onto this then instead. Maybe practice shooting a little bit, then research. No, get up. I know you're drowsy, but you can go to bed at maybe 9. With that done, we also want to get the salvage on as well. So if I miss anything, he'll go off and do that. Played very differently solo. I actually quite enjoy it. Next attack is due anytime soon as well, I think. And this time, what I need to do is stagger these, really. What you can do is this with the trap, so you can put them like that. So basically, they'll never get missed, if that makes sense. All right, Ken, get up and move some traps. So I'm going to rejig all of these. Right, after researching, you're going to eat, and then you're going to salvage. I need to grab some more sweet syrup soon. Dry season is coming to a close, so we are going to need that. The lightning rod, I believe. But in the meantime, we'll just get him salvaging. I'm getting some of these moved afterwards as well, so I'll let him do one salvage. Then it's on to moving those. Now, this is where we might get better weapons, so hopefully we can pull something here. There we go. We managed CPU core. I mean, that's okay. We are going to need it. There you go. So you have like this pattern. That way they aren't able to get through. So what we're going to do is just get in. They're being moved. Let's get you guys in there. Still happy that will be enough. It is quite late, my friends, so I don't know if salvaging in the night is actually very beneficial. And there we go. We have our production. So one furnace. We need a little bit of metal. This is going to go right here. I'm going to get him to haul all of the dried meat in because it's better under a roof. So we need it to come under here. It lasts a year. And then I think tomorrow is that time for a little bit of syrup before it goes bad. I think it, maybe not those ones. They're a bit far away, but these ones here, let's harvest those as well. And here it is, the lovely little base so far. It's amazing, actually. Okay, this time is 17, but they are the smaller ones, so I should be able to deal with this. I'm going to let him eat really quickly. And then we're going to go on over and start shooting them. I reckon I'm going to be able to kill most of these before the attack begins. And combat 7, we're just thinning these right down. I've got a few of them bleeding already. Done pretty well here. It's okay when it's the little ones, to be honest. They're really easy to kill, and they always can back up. Be even easier when I get a sniper. If I even get one. We might be able to do it with just a bow. And 2 more left. Finish these before. They are going to push me. Come on, kill it. Don't miss them. I missed again. Kind of annoying. Although they missed their bite, actually. This is the last one anyway, so we're good. We're going to finish this one. And there we go. Get on back, Kenny boy. Next attack done. Now, I feel pretty comfortable with where we're at here as well. I'm going to get him to punch that one. And then we'll do a little bit of salvage before day's end. What have we got? Lightning rods. We will need those soon. But until we get this fuel, I really need... That's how I'm going to save the day. I just finished this salvage before night end. Another CPU. Hold on. Breaking down. Let me just double check. CPU. No. Just thinking electronics. We need electronics, really, if we're going to get anything like that. The other stuff is fuel. Furnace did finish, so we're going to allow the metal from scrap until, let's say, 30, I think. No, 20 is fine for now. And actually, he's decided to do his own thing all night. So it's probably not the best to be doing that right now, mate. Come and sleep, because the manipulation speed is bad at night. Now, there is manure, worst case, and we can pull fuel from that. There's probably quite a bit lying about, although there's not that many animals. But there is some. And you can craft fuel via that, I believe. Quite a lot around the map if we need it, actually. Alright, another 8 meals there. Perfect. That's more than enough food for now. Going into the next season, I'm going to allow this salvage as well. Let's keep it going. See if we can get this fuel. Not sure whether the scavenge or the salvage is better. So spaceship remains, or the landing pod used by survivors. I think the spaceship ones might give fuel better. I'll try this one. And if not, we'll hit this one. There's the electronics, so that's good. Really, really good, actually. I might force this one. I'm going to turn off the salvage on there. I'm going to try and get something out of this. And it looks like our grain grass is officially okay as well. So we're going to hit refuel. I'm going to cut a few of those, and we are going to cook some green grass as well. Now, we can craft our fuel from the oil we're going to get from this as well. So once we've harvested this, we will get the oil press as well. I need to check around, actually, because there might be some in the wild that we can harvest. And yes, there is. So we're going to grab all that as well, because I'm going to get that production going. And then maybe expand this field 1 or 2 more. The lightning rods are done though, so that's good news. No queued research. Is there really anything I want to get? I'm trying to save myself for this, if I'm honest. I am going to need tailoring though. And I could get this cloth. So let's do a bit of farming. And get it leveled up, and then it'll be good, right? Got to be getting close to level 1. He is. Right, that grain then is good. I'm going to need a lightning rod as well. So I'm just going to stick that right in there. I'm not going to grab any more from this. Just going to grab that cloth blossom, and then we'll get, like I say, the tailoring and a production. We should be able to get the clothing workbench and just get a t-shirt or something. Now, he's failing massively on all of this cloth to get anything out of it. He's failed every single bar one. There we go. Lightning rod is ready for the wet season and coming in, so all good. There we go. Aggressive animals. Again, they're down the bottom. It's nighttime, so I might use the traps this time because I can't really see. Oh, already killed a few, so if I can kill 1, 2 big ones, then we're fine. There we go. Come on up then. Get these big boys bleeding a little bit. All right, we've got some good hits on this big one. There's one more big one bleeding out over there as well. I think we're going to end up killing both, though, before the attack comes. Here they come. Right, that one's been hit twice. There should be some good bleeding on that one. The rest are coming. Hopefully I can get inside beforehand. Might end up getting hit by that one. Might risk it and shoot it. Yep, shoot it. All right, we got the hit. Hopefully he misses his bite. Miss your bite. Didn't miss it, but that's okay. I'm going to chew on the fence whilst I go in. Perfect. Shoot them. There we go. And we got inside. What are they attacking? Are they just chewing on other stuff? There we go. Managed to draw them over. The traps are working much better on this format. Got one more. Let's go deal with him. There we go. We are good. So just a little bite. I think he's fine as well. So that actually worked out really well. They're getting bigger though with those bigger ones, but not quite enough to cause me any drama. So that's really good. Now I'm going to get him. I am going to force the research in tailoring. And I think we can now get oil extraction afterwards. Actually, let's force this harvest before it goes bad. And worth noting, we're almost at the point where we're going to be able to get the power now. So I might get electrical grids because we're going to want a wind turbine so I can get light. And when it's dark like this, manipulation speed goes down. Although we're okay with the fire at the moment, actually. So we are okay. Now I'm going to send him to sleep though. We will finish that tomorrow. And tailoring is done. So we're off to do a bit more scavenging now. I am going to get the tailor workbench in though. And honestly, I'm going to reserve... No, we'll just do it out of wood. There is still another big tree over there. Come on. Fuel, make it easier for me. I am researching the fuel mixing anyway, but it would be nice if we could hit this one up. But that is not the case. So let's get into punch the punch bag, construct the wooden tailoring bench, and then see if we can get a new t-shirt done. New long sleeve. Okay, so we are going to get a... We're going to have issues with cold really, really soon. So we're going to need just one of these, I think. And I am going to use whatever we've got. So we have a bit of leather, a bit of cloth. So let's go with one time with the coat. And then I'm going to force him to sew that one. It makes him happy as well. All right, let's push on to the oil extraction. I'm going to keep this one going back and forth. But this is quite important as well, I think, that we get done so I can get out and explore. Because that's where we're going to get our weapons from, hopefully. So probably going to turn all of this grain into oil once this finishes. Because, well, we're going to need it. So we're going to get the oil press straight in. And let's make it out of metal. This thing makes sense to go right here. Get that constructed. You're almost done on the coat, but you don't quite need it yet. So let's focus this up. So we're always going to want 30 so we can craft that into fuel, right? Let's get back to that, mate. Which is also going to give them some happiness anyway. And then from this craft, we should then be able to get the research for fuel mixing, which I already get that, actually. Can I now craft it? Ah, and he's crafting 3, so we're going to need him to craft up. It won't take him long, though. Unless we get lucky on this. Nope, scrap metal. I'm going to turn the salvage back on, but I think I'm going to get him to keep crafting. And obviously that coat's going to give good crafting XP anyway. Keep a close eye on it. It's almost halfway. The coat gives a huge experience gain. 1,200 is enough to get to the crafting 3, so then we should be able to produce the oil. And I am remembering to turn off stuff every time in here as well, should he need it, because the last thing we want is get ill. There's the thunderstorm. Didn't take long, did it? We do have this now covering us at least here. So if we want to scavenge, we're probably going to need one over here as well, which would keep us safe. Probably worth doing. And that one covers our defense anyway. Probably not going to go outside either way though. So that's the main thing. Let's sew this coat. Yeah, we're now in the wet season, so I might want to move this one in actually as well. I put the table just here. We'll get the coat done first, which should then give us our research. There it is. So we need fuel mixing. I'm going to let him finish that. You can have that in a moment. Let's get that fuel mixing done. Then you're going to cut the tall grass and construct that one. Got to be careful of these meltdowns here though. What are we going to do here? He's at risk of meltdown, so we need to craft. Let's do one more. That'll get him happy. There we go. Just really don't want him in a meltdown right now. And honestly, I think we can get our dartboard up now as well, so I can pop that on the back. Yeah, we'll get that there. And the lightning rod is good over there, so he can go out and do his thing. Let's not go that early, mate. Right, dried meat's getting a little bit low now. We still have plenty of grain, so I can cook some meals off if I need to. I'm just wondering whether we butcher this one, actually, because you'll get the observed death. Yeah, let's do it. Fuel mixing is done, though. That is huge. So we are going to say until 30 with the vegetable oil. And then maybe hunt that one, because we'll get combat plus observing death. Good stuff. There we go. One way to fix Mr. Ken is by kill stuff. All right, I'm going to get him crafting after he's done this butcher, because that will then get this all the way up. He's looking okay. It's the survivor's determination is almost gone now. That's why we've got 5 days left of the plus 10. Once that goes, we're going to be well within this. We need to get rid of this one, basically. Which I think I can get him to play darts after he's crafted. So we got all 3 of our main things. Let's get him crafting, though. Everything's nice and close, so should get nice level ups here, too. Almost level 4 already. And once we have this, we can get our balloon research done. There it is. Right, long distance travel then. So we've got oil set at 50, which probably want to be at 60 from the grain. Then we've got the fuel at 30, because I think it's 30 for the balloon. I can't quite remember, actually. We'll see in a minute. Let's keep them inside because of the rain, though. Might extend the shelter, actually, using a bit of the scrap metal. It's ugly, but it's a must. All right, heat wave. That's not a bad thing right now. And we got another aggressive animals attack, and it's nighttime. Luckily, look at that. Oh, no, they might be bleeding, some of them, which is really good news. They had a bit of a fight with a pterodactyl-looking thing. Only problem we have now is they're going to attack at nighttime, and Ken is not looking too good right now. I'm going to attempt to kill them, though. Where are they? Down the bottom? You have to go all the way around to get to them. Now, I move slower in the dark. I'll be really careful here. Well, there is a problem. We haven't quite made it back to base. But it is dark, so they will miss too. Well, we got a lot of recovering to do after this, but we're going to get in just in time, I think, before it gets too bad. Good. Now just start shooting, Ken. That would be perfect. Wow, how are you getting in? A bit of trickery. Bit of trickery. We should be fine. There we go. That's really good for us. The explodey did the job there. Just need to land these shots to kill this one. Otherwise, we are screwed. Bleeding out in 12 hours. I'm going to get over here and shoot from here. There we go. Self-heal then. He should be fine. That was lucky. I got really stupid there. Got stuck out. But we should be all right. We've got everything we need to heal up. So it's going to take a bit of convalescing here. Hello? You don't have time to sleep, mate. Sorry. Okay, we're fine. Good. We've stopped the bleeding somewhat. There we go. No bleeding out now. We've got one more to do with those bandages, so we'll need to craft up a couple more. But we do have meds, so we're still fine. We've got the first aid kits. I'm fainted because I'm too tired. Well, it's a survivor's mate, so I mistimed that a tiny bit. I should have ran probably 10 seconds before. We would have been fine. But that's okay. Let's get him to equip that coat, actually, as well. Break that down for 5 cloth. You can stop healing yourself in a moment, please. And let's get some food. How tired is he? Tired and hungry. That's fine. Don't really want you recovering. I want you to eat. And ideally, we want to keep him just good for now. So we're going to have a quick sleep. There we go. Back to drowsy, and then we'll sleep at night. So I'm just going to get his happiness back up. with a good bandage. And he's got his coat on. We probably need to take that thingy off. Now, the coat has a bit better bite protection as well, but I am going to let him sleep now. We are in recovery. This is manipulation speed. It's okay. Movement because of the right foot bite, but we're fine. Right, I got him up. It is 3 in the morning, but I got him to light this, so he should be okay. Let's get this dismantle on. You can sort the traps in a moment. I can make this bigger too, by the way, but we really need the flame throwers. So I'm going to queue that up after long distance travel. And then we should be fine. Now, a couple of flamethrowers in here and we'll be laughing, I think. So that's all we need to consider. And then slow and steadiness as we push through. Long distance travel's on its way. I'm not letting him do anything just yet, by the way. He wants to sleep, but I'm not letting it. A loud bang. Wind carried that sound, a loud bang from the distance. What might it be? Most curious. I'm not going to grab that one. I don't even know what that is. We need some sticks for this, though. I know that much. Ken, get up. We've got to stay awake for the day. And now we're doing flamethrowers next. So, ideally, you just need this fuel, though. Do I have enough fabrics? I think I do. Because we got the leather. There we go. Hot air balloon incoming, guys. Yes. Just got to keep an eye on his happiness. It's dark, so it's probably not the best to do that now. Let's handle those traps and go to sleep. Good man. There we go. We'll allow that now. And then when you get up, you're going to eat some dried meat. Then you're going to finish building it. Now, we're over halfway through the first year, by the way. So, and I gather it's going to be about 3 years to try and complete it, I think. So just keep that timing in mind. We'll see. Once I have a proper setup of fuel, though, it shouldn't be a problem. We'll play darts after as well, and then we'll make our way out. Might be 50 fuel. I'm not sure. I'm going to start mining out some rocks, though, so we're going to do a bit of an outer wall with rocks itself. There it is. There's the expedition. So 30 fuel, I was right. Which we have, right? We got 20 so far. Do this first, mate. Let's craft that fuel then, so we can get on out. And also research flamethrowers. So we managed to get rid of all the troubles. So his playing darts a few times has fixed him. Now I'm going to leave him researching for the next couple of hours at night. As intellect level 4. That's going to help. Okay, day 30 officially. It is 5 in the morning. I'm forcing him to eat. And then straight after, he's going to hit up the research itself. And let's get it finished for the flamethrowers. Then we can focus just pure craft to get these in. So I'll keep him inside for now. In terms of food, I do believe stuff still grows, but it is wet. So we are going to want to harvest some heptagonia at some point. Maybe not in the rain. So I'm going to keep him in for now. Do not leave. Finish that first. There we go. And now come and craft some of this, please. I'm going to keep you kind of inside. Might move this stuff over. Flamethrowers being done, though, is pretty huge, so we're going to need a little bit of fuel for this. It's uneven terrain. No, we're going to have to move this whole thing. Right, let's figure out where we're going to put this bit of a kill box then. It's going to have to go over here. Let's get that pulled as well. Please, let's do that now. I know you're going to get wet, but you're going to have to deal with it. Those electronics are going to go bad. And then we're going to use the stone to go around the side here. So we're going to have them come in through here. And we have plenty to mine from for now, so we're just going to force them into this section, really. I can get two flamers in there. I might actually cancel these. Just get enough space for us to kind of stand behind it. That might be where I cancel these, actually. And we'll get this moved. Move this down here. And then we'll rebuild the traps, just because I don't want to get rid of that whilst this is here, right? We'll start with just something that can stop them in the flamer. Let's get that moved, please. And then we set up a bit of mining to get this one done as well. So we'll need to make sure we get that going. And we'll use a little bit of our wood for the gate. Not going to get him to do it just yet. Is there any... What we'll do whilst it's like this is get him to extract the veg oil. And then craft liquid fuel. That's enough for this one flamer. So I'm going to have 2 here. That should be enough to kill anything that comes in. Or at least damage them enough so it isn't too bad. Crafting 4 as well for Ken, which is awesome. Get this flamer up. Construction 3. Good. We're going to need that going up anyway. Get yourself to sleep. And then we'll force a bit of this. We will get back to scavenging once this is up. I just need to make sure it's all good. All right, just done a fair bit of harvesting on this chunk just to get it all in. We're actually halfway to... Not quite. A third of the way, a quarter of the way through to farming as well. Farming 2, which is good. We're getting more in. Just got 160 heptagonia, which is going to be dangerous for our attacks, but that's okay. I'm going to mine up some of these rock chunks to get this done. And then we'll need to reduce these down, really. So we're going to need to use some of the scrap metal. I think I'm going to end up building around maybe this perimeter here. This is going to go. And we need to move those traps over. But yeah, I can, in the meantime, obviously build the traps anyway. And I'm doing it in opposite rows, as you can see. So we want 2 of these in overlapping succession like that, so they get absolutely obliterated. All right, massive scale building is going to happen as soon as he wakes up as well. He should be hungry, so I'll force him to eat in a moment, but we really need to get this up, and I think the next attack is coming anytime soon. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping I can get this ready. I just need him to crack on, really. Well, so far so good. No attack has turned up yet, and we should have all of this ready, at least the traps. Anyway, that's what's going to matter. Every hour that goes by is a big deal right now. There's a dust storm, so probably need to get him doing something he likes, like crafting. Let's get these traps done. Ken, come and do this, mate, before it gets too bad. All right, we got aggressive animal. Oh my god, it is one big boy. Holy crap. Yeah, we need... That's not good. Okay. We are going to have to be cheeky here. We're going to have a meltdown, though, which is a problem. Can you hurry up and do something, mate? So I'm going to stand this side. Come and construct that, please. Oh, they know what they're doing when they push the dust storm on you, don't they? Get that flamer in. I'm going to stand here. He might have a meltdown after, but that's okay. He might be able to build that in time. Once this thing gets aggro, though, it will sprint like crazy. So, Ken, do we have time? I think so. Come on, Ken. They're so slow, man. Do not have a meltdown. Do not have a meltdown. All right, we're missing resources. We're missing this from the furnace. So I'm just going to have to draft him and hope and pray that we can deal with this. Here he comes. Right. I am obviously going to run through there. We should be fine, if I'm honest. I'm going to get out of the way of the cone here. But I am going to stand slightly to the side because we want him to hit the traps. So I'm going to make him sprint. And I could have done with hitting that. I won't lie. I've got to be ready. He's come straight through. Go, fire, go. Get out of that. There we go. Just going to have to cheese him, unfortunately. Because the traps did not stop him. I need to pull him into the flame, though. Either way, I'm going to hit him a few times. Okay, he managed to hit me. That's not good. Right, we've got to make sure he doesn't hit us. We need to hit him, though. That's the problem. Right, get back in. Yeah, make the shot, Kenny boy. Oh my god, it's dark as well, which is a problem. Right, we hit him good with the fire there. Nice. And he is bleeding. Good. Another hit. Now he can hit us over this, which is a problem. And we've got it. Right. There we go. We hit hunt on it. I think we get meat from this thing. But that was not good. The 2 flamers would have been fine, but the traps do not stop it. So, shattered bones. That's lovely, that. All right, they're all treated, so he should be good. We just need to get his happiness back up. So, if you play darts, maybe get an hour's sleep and then get up. You let him sleep for a couple of hours. I'm going to get him to get up. We're going to handle the furnace now. And then hopefully build this. Sometimes the traps get the big boy, sometimes they don't. They can be, it depends really. We got a bit unlucky there. I think the explodey ones work a bit better for it. Either way, we survived. Alright, I'm going to go on a explore here. I am going to send Ken on his first one. And we'll get him out on expedition there. I'm going to stop him salvaging. And then we'll do this when we get back. I'm going to do it whilst the dust storm's on, because why not, right? There's not a lot we can do. Whilst he's in this meltdown, let's just send him off. Oh, before we forget, we don't want him eating the raw insect meat either. Now, this one shouldn't take long. It's the very first one. See if we get lucky. Sniper. Data storages. Okay. Breakthrough. Wow. Fuel fermentation. Okay. Okay, indeed. We are going to want that, and it only takes a day. So that's actually huge. That is huge. Now, we need 50 per fuel fermentation, though, so we will need to kill something. So if there's gulches or something, these bad boys, we're going to want to hunt them. Well, then maybe not now. And then we got the second thingy there, so we'll get him crafting to make him happy. And there we go. 2 flamethrowers now. That should make me happy. 3 is the ultimate. But a little tower in front of here with defenses should make everything all right. Well, we're back at the salvage because we are going to hope for something pretty good here. Come on. We've got 3 more salvages left on this little spaceship as well, so hopefully something comes out of it. Fuel would be really nice. CPU. We are going to need them, but I just don't need them right now. All right, done enough for some fuel. I'm going to get him to craft 30 more now. So we should be able to queue him up for these for a while. He's obviously going to need to handle this constantly as well. And I'm going to have to put this up to 50 and start using up some of those scrap metals, to be honest. Partially tempted to copy one of these, actually, get a second one in. Just going to slow him down from the sleeping until nighttime here. And then one of the best things we could probably do is get night vision goggles, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I think toolsmithing should be next. I'm going to try, I can't remember what it is to craft night vision goggles, but I'm going to put a pair on him so he can see at night just fine and it won't slow him down then. We can work more and more. I'm going to get him up to start that research as well, just to give it a head start for a couple of hours. He's doing it pretty damn quick, actually, which is good. And then back to sleep. Can't believe we're 35 days in almost already. All right, go to sleep. We have managed to salvage his happiness once again, so his troubles are okay. He just needs a little bit extra. Maybe the coffee wouldn't be a bad shout as well. Yeah, let's do that. Now, after he wakes up, I'm going to eat syrup. We're going to extract some veg oil for the crafting plus 20 mood buff, and then we're going to get more research. No more expeditions just yet. Now, actually, the goggles, is it night vision goggles? And then we can get the other one to stop the dust in the eyes as well. That's actually probably going to be really important because we do get a lot of sandstorms. There's toolsmithing. So if we come on in, hold on, now we should be able to research them, right? Night goggles. And that's it. Respirator masks. So we need to produce ore for the respirator mask, but I should be able to get that as well, but we'll do night vision goggles anyway. What I'll do is get him on the research straight away after. It's only 3 hours anyway, so should be absolutely fine. Then we need to get our baseball cap, all that sort of stuff. We're slowly but surely going to get everything we need. There's the night vision goggles, so we will get a pair of those one time. I'm going to put that to the top. Craft those night goggles, mate. So our tools that we're going to wear, so you can have 2, is going to be night vision goggles, respirator mask. Everything else should be fine. Now, if we're really at a loose end, if we find some ores, we can make the grenades and stuff as well. And I think shiny rock. I think one of these, interesting rock. Can't remember which one it is. Pretty sure the interesting rock is the one we want. And there we go. Look, equip those babies. We can get rid of that debuff, hopefully. I have no idea if it gets rid of that. It should do. Yeah, it does. Beautiful. Either that or he's happy with the light from there. So now we can work at night without any manipulation debuff. Oh no, it's still saying it actually. So the night vision goggles don't get rid of that. I don't think I've ever used them before. That's fine. Means he'll be able to shoot properly still. Alright, I've forced him to craft this cap now because the cap will give us +2 to cold and heat. And I think it's like a 1% armor bonus as well. And we do have a meteor rain which drops iron ore. So I'm just double checking which one's the interesting and which one isn't based on if any fall. Okay, spaceship junk has come in. I'll let him finish that harvest there. And where's that cap? There. Equip that baseball cap. And honestly, I think we need to go ahead and craft this fuel once again. Right, spaceship junk is pretty far away, but can be pretty good sometimes. I think I'll leave it, though. The explorer's probably worth doing it. There's crafting 5. That's good. Shall we quickly go on an expedition? I think so. Let's go explore. So it's 6 hours. That'll take us into the morning. It's not the best, but should take a meal with him, so that's fine. There we go. Exploration complete. Spot circular trees. Oh, this is good, actually, because this is a permanent happiness buff. Strange mist. Good. So, if I remember correctly, that, yeah, catharsis. 19 days or 18 and a half days worth of +40 there. So that's going to just give us a huge buff. I'm actually happy with that. That's going to make our life a little bit easier. I don't have to worry too much then. Right, should be coming back any minute, and he's a little bit drowsy, so I'll get him to bed for just an hour. Sorry. Oh, good news is he happened to actually sleep on the thingy, so let's force him to observe the interesting rock. I think it's that one anyway. Okay, I am going to also grab the harvest on this heptagonia now. I'm probably going to do that now, actually. Let's go do that, my friend, because I notice we are a little bit low. We don't want to be eating the same thing constantly. We've got 3 meals of dried meat, and that is literally... Oh, no, we've got 110 sweet syrup. What am I on about? Oh, well, have some more. Might need to go hunting. And he failed every single one anyway. So, bar 1, 2. Okay, aggressive animals has come in. This time, just the bugs. Now, honestly, I think I will take this to the kill zone, if I'm honest. And I'm going to allow him to sleep for a couple of hours. Let him play darts and then have an hour or two, so he doesn't collapse whilst in the fight. Now, also, I think queuing up wooden fortifications to get onto... Might need construction basics, actually, to get the concrete fortifications. We could make do with a little bit of wood. We only need 1, and I think we still have a couple of trees floating about over here, so... Right, they are attacking, so we're going to have to get up. Get inside. I'm actually going to stand over here so they don't chew on my base too much and try and draw them in that way and around. I think I'll shoot this actually as well. Take the bug meat. And we will be harvesting their bug meat hopefully for fuel fermentation. I need to get that research done though. Keep a close eye on where they are. They're quite some distance away anyway. You got goggles on, you shouldn't be missing, mate. There you go. Come this way then. And around. Just make sure they get stuck. Now you're allowed to do whatever you want. And once the flamer starts, it should continue and absolutely wipe the floor with these anyway. I got one that got through, so we should run back through the flames. There you go, mate. There you go, nice and easy. Not in the fire, please. Right, let's get him hauling this. Then, as it's raining, let's research fuel fermentation now, because we might be able to get some out of this. Not sure yet, because we have... How long does bug meat last on here? We still have some, don't we? Under the roof is 8 days, so actually, it might make more sense to butcher all this. So, let's get him doing that. Yeah, let's get all that bug meat off, because this is going to be fuel. And it's going to be much easier. We won't have to spend time crafting it instead. And then we'll move this thing inside. So, I'm going to put that under the shelter as well. And there we go. All butchering done. Shall we observe for a bit? Let's do it. You can eat and stuff after. Let's get just a little bit more observing done. I'll just repair that fence. Oh, I'm loving it. Loving the solo life. It's definitely a cool way to play the game, isn't it? I need to get that one done as well. But he's almost done this. I'm hoping we can finish this tonight. Just begging that that's the right one, because we have quite a few of them there. It looks like it is, but I can't quite remember. And there it is. Ore deposit. We got it right. Perfect. Right. You eat some sweet syrup and then get yourself to sleep, mate. And that's absolutely perfect. So in the morning, can you go ahead and mine a couple of chunks of that, please? And here he goes. Right, we're just mining this up. I'm going to get him to plant this. Then we'll get the rest of the research done. Just check in on his skills. He's doing pretty damn well, to be honest. Those hungry pests are very annoying, though. But we don't have anything for them to eat, so they're fine. They'll probably go and chew the cactuses. Cacti. I'm going to leave them to it. Oh, no, we just got silicon. Am I lying? Oh, no. I was completely wrong. Oh, no, one was ore, one was silicon. You get both, then? I have no idea. They are eating my meat, though. Hey, I would shoot them, but they will attack. I could go inside here and shoot them, but hopefully they'll all disappear, so... How much food have we got? Loads of grain that we probably need to turn into oil. Okay, day 40. We're going to sleep this one off. We're 24% on the fuel fermentation now. How long have we got on here? I think we're doing pretty well. We've got about 7 days on those, so we're going to focus on getting this done. His stats, look at this. He's doing really well. So the only thing we haven't done is cook, but I don't think we're going to need to. As long as I keep up with this, well, we could do a little bit of cooking. Okay, so insufficient storage space just popped up. Let's eat this syrup, though. And let's fully focus on this. I've just told him to eat twice like an idiot. That's fine. Hopefully he gets into euphoria here, because then that will increase. He is beautiful. There's euphoria, and there is the 25 consciousness and manipulation. Yes, so consciousness just means that he mental tasks, all of this, basically everything he does will be way quicker. And how long does that last again? I actually don't know. But either way, he's a happy boy. The thin smoke, we're not interested in anything that's going to affect us. Let's focus on that, please. And we are going to cut down a couple more bushes as well. Hunger pests are disappearing too. Great. Okay, let's go and cut some broadleaf bushes real quick. And then research once again. Just a bit of a mixture. He's on 89%. That is important that we get that in. And how much bug meat do we have? 203. So I could get quite a lot of fuel out of this, which is great for one person anyway. And there it is. The fermentation barrel, we're going to go with scrap metal. And we are going to chuck them just here. I think 2 will be fine. And yes, constructing both of them right now is a good idea. Liquid fuel. And we'll put until 100 so they always do it. And then we'll mirror this one across to that one so they do the same. So 50 bug meat will make 20 fuel. So that's actually 80 fuel that we have there. I think I'm going to cancel the coffee. We will get respirator mask next. In terms of food, we're out of dried meat now. I think what I'm going to do... We've got some fuel already fermenting, which is great. I'm actually going to go ahead and do a quick few meals of grain porridge. So let's get him doing that as soon as he gets up. Now, his level is really low on cooking, but hopefully it's not too bad. That's what you're going to be eating for a day or two, my friend. Partial fail. So what happens on a partial fail, basically, is it means it's not very good. See the shelf life, look. But the good news is that will give us an extra buff as a decent meal. Just been hit with the common cold is our Ken, which is a -9 as well. I'll be alright in a day or two. Bit of scrap metal. Going to get him to do these respirator masks now. And then I might get him to craft a tiny bit of fuel afterwards, just to get him back into Euphoria, I think. Okay, there's the respirator mask. So one of those. Do we have synthetics? We don't. Okay. If we get any, then he's going to make that. I'm going to force the wooden fortifications to start. Now, what I want is one wooden thing up in here, and I'm going to start to expand this out slowly. So all we're going to do is just bring a little bit out at a time. This is going to be our perimeter, because we need to think about where we're going to put our radios and stuff. I know it's a little while off, but if we don't think about it now, it will come up on us, and it will be a problem. We're back in Euphoria, by the way, as well. Oh, 21 aggressive animals this time. I think we'll be okay still with this one with our setup. Third flamer, though, wouldn't go amiss at all. So luckily, should be light by the time we have it, but we have the night vision goggles anyway. So I'm going to force him to eat at about 4 a.m.-ish. Might wait a little bit longer. Right, you're going to eat, please, and then you're going to get ready to go. We got plenty of time, so I might stand him on research until they come. Right, they are coming. Let's keep an eye on them. I'll get ready to draft him when he's ready. Come on in, fresh meat. Come on. Haha. Right, explodey ones will kill the other ones as well if we shoot them. So there's the flames. Perfect. Beautiful. As long as we're on little bugs, we'll be absolutely fine for a while with 2 flamers. As you can see, a very solid setup. Good night. Maybe I can go and kill these off, actually. And we'll just shoot those. Perfect. Job done. And that is more fuel. We are going to butcher all of those. And I think we might need... I might copy one of these. We're going to have to get this in over here, I think. We'll get in just another shelf unit there. And we are at the time where we're going to have to start mining this stone out momentarily as well. So we will set up mining of that, just so we can start building the walls out. All right, Ken's got pneumonia. Good job we had that one antibiotic in now. So we have officially got no antibiotics. So what I'm going to do is harvest some of these. And we are going to craft another one. Because how much have we got? I think none. So we'll make sure we have one more. And honestly, I might make a 3rd barrel here. Let's get one more barrel in. Right, all of this bug meat and stuff we're getting now is going to cause the attacks to get bigger. We've got to be really careful. And there is no way you're going to bed yet. Get up. You're a bit drowsy, that's fine, but there's stuff to do. So let's focus on doing that before you go anywhere else, please. And actually, I want to get to 50%. All right, and let go a little bit longer because he is going really quick. That Euphoria is just crazy. Right, get him out on the harvest. I'm hoping, because his farming's getting close to level 2 now. Each level's going to help us with this sort of thing. We just need 40, I think it was, wasn't it? So that's 20. Right, I think he's got 40, so I'm going to stop grabbing them because we don't want to hoard. Right, I got 45. It's not bad. Right, let's get him crafting the antibiotic as well, so we have it. There's the toxic ash. This is why we need the respirator. But yeah, no synthetics. We might need to try and get hold of that somehow. I used it for other stuff, but the toxic ash will give us reduced thingy. So can be quite annoying. All right, just making sure we eat this grain porridge as its partial fails before he does anything else. Let him play darts and then sleep. There's the shortness of breath and moderate pain. Look, we don't want him outside really in that toxic ash. But we should be able to get into Euphoria once again. We're doing all this without decent meals and coffee actually, which is great. Let's just start to look over now the other stuff. So there's the grenades. That could be easy pickings for us, to be fair, to get through. But I am going to grab electrical grids next because we are going to need it. I think that's about it. Signal flares to light up the place can be pretty good, but mostly it's going to be that we need to get onto flare shielding after the electric grids as well to cover us off when that happens. Right, hot air balloon is ready for another expedition. So, Mystical Grove, that's the one we can get him every time to sort that one out to make him happy, right? Let's go out exploring. I know we're not quite ready on our research, but actually before the next attack, 72%. I think I can time this route well, so we'll get this. I'm actually kind of hoping for some synthetics here so I can get this respirator mask done. Okay, here we go. Spot an old crash site. One visit won't be enough. Right, this could be good. This could get us something. Ah, just scrap metal. Okay, I'm going to need some. 140. It's not too bad, actually. Well, that's quite a lot. Obviously, we can smelt that up. We can turn this up. To be fair, we could say probably go to 100 on that. It's pretty easy handling. I won't go to electric smelting. We'll do it all by a small one. Still have enough sticks nearby. The rest of the night, let's get the rest of this research done on here. I think we can finish this tonight. Right, I've just noticed his shoes getting pretty bad, actually. So I'm going to harvest that cloth. Once he finishes this, I'm going to let him sleep. As soon as he gets up, he's going to harvest these guys. Hopefully, we can get that going because we are going to need those shoes. So we're just going to go straight for the sneakers, I think. Actually, we can do that out of leather. That's fine. We have a bit of leather left, don't we? We've got hides. No, we've got 20 leather. Perfect. And obviously the wooden fortifications now is a big deal. So I should be able to get a tower in here. And honestly, it's right outside the cone, isn't it? If I put this there, it doesn't get hit by anything. It does on that one. So if we put it there, we should be good. We are going to need to find some more wood, though. Those trees there are fine. They give quite a bit, actually. That's the T-balls, isn't it? I remember those. No other trees close by. Might be worth us grabbing that succulent as well. Thick smoke. Yep, not someone I want right now. So let's set some of these for chopping, because we will get some out of that. And I am going to send him out for that one. Now, how much do we get per tree? 5? That's not very good. Yeah, not good at all. That's okay. We'll get him cutting them all down. That's a big job out the way. He is bringing them over to the tower to get that sorted as well. New insect nest. Now, I could go and grab these, actually. Carbon's great. There are a few. I've got 2 or 3 there. Problem, they're not that far. I don't like taking them without a sniper, though, solo, if I'm honest. Let's have another quick look over the research as well. So we've got electric grids coming. I think the rest of it, there's not much we can do. These would be good, but we can't get to them until we push forward. I don't think I need any of these yet. So honestly, it's this, and then we go down this route. But electric grids are going to be a bit of a pain because we need to get hold of electronics somehow. I need to just go and scavenge for a couple of days. Right, he's complaining of insufficient food variety, so I'm going to cook some grain porridge now. Then you're going to construct the wooden tower, and then you're going to eat some of that grain porridge. Come on. Partial fail. This time, it wasn't a partial fail. Lovely. Perfect. There we go. We got our next step to defense. So standing in here will help us that little bit extra for anything that gets through. And gives us a little bit of cover. So I'm going to try and get these electric grids finished off whilst he just chills. And then we're going to also get the last salvage done. And then we'll move on to scavenging that as well. And so I point out the fuel. We've got 20 in there. We got 20 in stock. And we've got another 40 fermenting as well. How much bug meat do we have? 39, 40 something. Not quite enough. But yeah, it's raining. So we'll keep him inside. Actually, let's switch between these. So he's sitting now. Let's sew your new boots. Get that crafting buff. That might take us to the 100 here. You need to hit 100. He hits euphoria as soon as he hits 100. So we should be able to get it here. And there it is. Lovely. So after you've done that, which you'll do much quicker, go and research. So I think the key in solo, and I'm not just saying this, but getting into euphoria is huge in this game. Because it's like a 25% boost in speed, of especially like the crafting and all that. And there you go. You got a lovely fresh pair of boots. So why don't you go put those on? And then the other pair, honestly, that's going to give us 8 of what we need for synthetics. And boom, we got the electric grids going. That is amazing. So what this does for us is gives us the ability to start to get something in. But we're going to be staying well away from quite a lot of stuff. We're going to hope and pray that we can find a lot of it through other means. But we will need things like this. With this fuel going, when he gets going, I'm going to get him to refuel. So it's 6 in the morning. Let's get him up. hungry. I'm going to let him eat. And then we're going to go on out to explore. Now, we're due to be attacked anytime soon, so not actually sure. I don't think I've ever been out whilst an attack comes. But either way, we'll chill. And I can start to get up some of these, so I'll get a few lights around, and the heaters and stuff are going to help. And here we go. Come on. Okay, debris. Clothes or textiles? Oh, give me my... Okay, I gathered as much apparel as I could. That's... Space trousers ×2. That's not bad, actually, because these are getting bad. So, although I want to hold on to synthetic leggings, I can break these down. So we'll change into the space leggings. Break these down, and then we can get our respirator. I'm going to continue the wall on just a bit more as well around here. I think I'll stop there for now and see if this will work. And I'll get some of these moved and the rest dismantled. And there's the spaceship ones. So I think I might be able to get these done. Has he hauled them? He has. So if we get him to equip those, and then we'll mark the synthetics. There we go. That'll be enough for our respirator then. So these aren't quite as good, but they do have heat and thingy intolerance, whereas the synthetics only have cold tolerance, not heat, but they have 10% blunt, 5% piercing, whereas the spaceship pants only have 5% blunt, 1% piercing. So we're gambling on us not getting hit. I'm going to set all of this for deconstruct as well. We're going to get all of this moved. Just moving some traps over. He is fine. It is New Year's Eve. I am going to let him celebrate because that gives a nice buff as well. And as you can see, our short bow is getting pretty low as well. And there's our aggressive animals. That is absolutely fine. If we can keep these numbers low, we're fine here. So there is no more drama. Toxic air and dust storms and nighttime should be fine now. So I think that's a good choice of thingies. I'm going to let him start shooting. Send him round for a bit of fun. Getting your tower now, mate. Don't know how that one managed to get all the way up, but he did. He just got very lucky. Followed my dainty steps, clearly. Don't chew the fence. That's not fair. That's it. Shoot this one. All of these will die from the flames anyway. There we go. We'll just speed it up. Finish these last ones off. No problem. It did break one fence and then ran away. That's fine. And there is New Year's Eve. This is officially our first year. I'm going to let him celebrate because it makes them happy. There we go. Some fireworks going off, I think. Let's follow him for some of this. Let him shoot off. He's a happy boy, I think. Boom. Well done, Ken. A solid first year from you, mate. You did a good job. Now, just notice we have no food. So, we are going to have to think... Yeah, we got plenty of syrup here that we can harvest. I'm going to grab a bunch more. Not those ones, actually. We want these. Just almost missed that. Now, the good news is I did manage to cook off a couple of porridge, I think. Or did I? No, I didn't because the fuel ran out. Ken, you're hungry, ravenously hungry, so let's deconstruct that. I know that you were asleep, but you're going to need to refuel that one, mate. And then you can carry on cooking. Sorry about that, buddy. Right, there we go. We got some porridge. Right, that's good. So that's his 2 meals for this. Once you're done with that, can you come and harvest all of that heptagonia, please? His farming is so close to level 2 now. I just need to get that up, and then he'll stop failing so many. Spaceship debris. We will need to go to the peculiar crash site because that is going to be, I think, our computers that we're going to need. And there we go. Farming 2. Perfect. So it's 21 meals he's just managed to harvest up. Beautiful. It's going to make our attack pretty big. Let's continue to butcher these guys. We are going to need to queue up construction basics as well, actually. So construction basics, then concrete rooms, which will allow us to build the base because we're going to need concrete or bricks or whatever for the landing spot as well. It needs to be on a very strong foundation, I believe. So, a peculiar crash site is 10 hours away. That is the one that doesn't disappear, so we can do that whenever we're ready. I might get it out of the way, so we've done it. Honestly, though, I am tempted. Okay, the remains of the spaceship's transported clothes indefinitely, so we have a clothing source. Anyway, we're not going to need to craft it ever again, which is great. I'm just going to quickly get these wind turbines done as well. And maybe another porridge. Yeah, let's get another porridge done as well. Because the grains will go bad eventually. They're not quite there, but... Actually, they last a long time under the roof. There's the wind turbines. We might be able to get a little bit of light in here with one wind turbine. As well as a power pole. I think we may have to go with metal power poles, though. So just get one in. And then what we're going to do is get an electric wall lamp. believe we can get these up in here. Hold on. It doesn't let you do those. I'm sure you can do the wall ones. If not, I can do the tilted floodlight inside. Should be... I thought you could do the electric wall lamps. Yeah, you can. I've done this before. There we go. You can actually light it up. I'm going to get one up. Hopefully that covers this one. We might need another one, though. There we go. Wind turbine going in. And I think the desert, the wind turbines are pretty good. I'm not sure if it's going to reach that one, so we're going to need to copy this across, hopefully. Hold on. Yeah, that's going to hit the light if we go there, so let's just put that across. Kenny boy, do you want to come and do that one? And then you can get to research again. I think he's in Euphoria once again, so this shouldn't be a problem. There we go. We've got light in here as well. Kind of cozy, really. You can't lie. It is like a tiny little house. Living the dream. I'm going to smash him out of the construction basics for the rest of the day as well. We still need to do these scavengers, which I will get done, guys. I'm just breaking down and clearing up this mess here. Let's try and get him to 50% of that. And then is it worth going to smash one of those out? I'm not sure. Let's focus the deconstruction. Construction basics just coming up to 80% here. I'm going to get him to go mine these rocks in a moment as well, so we can get some more of this done. We've got fuel on that coming in, which is good. So we have 50 spare. What I want to do once this is done down to here, we'll wall this. Once this is completely walled off, we'll focus this bit. I can move that. This will go back. I'll get a third flamer in, ready to deal with any big boys that come through. And we'll almost make like a little hidey box for ourselves. We'll see. Because I'm going to try and stay as primitive as possible. There we go. 24 aggressive animals. Okay, numbers bigger. Still nothing to be concerned about. Should be able to hide away from these guys anyway. And there's the dust storm. Literally will do nothing to us other than solar panels will work at half efficiency. Not a problem for us at all. And we should be able to get up on top of the little tower here. So I'm going to get them researching until they come. We might only get a tiny bit in, but we're already losing some of the animals. I think they're fighting something. And there we go. Construction basics is going to finish off. That is perfect. And that does mean we have a whole load of stuff that we can do. But we are then going to go straight into... I can do concrete base then, can't I? Bricks is really easy, but I am going to go for the concrete. We've got plenty of stuff around. And if we do want to build a tiny little house, that's what we'll do. Here they come, though. Probably don't want you handling. I'm going to hold them here for a moment. What I'll do is just research every little percent until they get here, which probably won't be much. Right, here they come. Right, let's get up on the tower. Go on, Kenny boy. Here they come. It is dark, but we got our goggles. I've got extra traps as well, so as long as we can slow them down. Look at that. I love it, man. Right, one got through. No problem at all. Ken, do you want to... You shoot down on that one because he has got through. The rest are fine. Look at that. We killed them all instantly. Oh, my God. It's so good. All right, we'll get more of a thingy around this way. I'm going to continue to get in the little stick fences. Worst case is we'll put in large thingies around stuff, but I'm just going to get in pottering about doing all this. We're back in, like, deep into the dry season now, so our temperature should be okay. Now, clothing, the only thing we'll need to be concerned about coming up is going to be a new hat of some kind, which, honestly, we should be able to get something in. I'll get another baseball cap, most likely. But other than that, it's fine. I'm going to let him just do a little bit of everything at the moment. What we could do to save us a lot of hassle is try and push towards some kind of drone. So we actually, I think we have everything to be able to power a drone, right? So we could get loads done. So I might queue it up. I think that's sensible. Ken's got stomachache. We ate a little nasty... we ate a nasty porridge. Oh well. It doesn't last for ages, so I think we've got 14 hours left of it. He should be able to sleep most of it off. He's just hacking it up right now. Go to sleep, Ken. Okay, we're being hit with a heat wave now. Worst case is we can take off our coat. What have we got? 27 cloth. We could go out and grab some clothing from the other one. Either way, his stomachache should be going momentarily. 4 hours. He's not been too bad with it. But we are ready to continue on. Let him do a tiny bit more concrete here. So I'll let him construct a few of these. So I'm thinking about when we put the orbital things in, because it makes everything go weird. We stick them in front of flamers, the two. Then we should be covered. So when they break in and try and chew on it, at least we'll have that. It's either that or we're going to need to maybe get one turret. I don't know yet. What I will say is it's quite nice that we've almost got this fence done. And concrete is 34%. I think tomorrow we might be able to finish that. But I'm just looking at this, actually, and I think we want to harvest that, don't we? Before it runs out. Did he even get that? I don't know. But he's farming. It is level 2 now, so it should should be able to grab stuff a little bit better, but that's fine. Okay, we still got 51 stone. I think we're okay to get in a little bit more. Let's bring it over to here. And then shall we start bringing this up? I think I can cancel one or two of these, actually. We'll bring it up to this corner, and we'll make sure we get in another gate over here as well. Obstructed access. So we'll go there. It's a bit of a funky hill there. Didn't quite realize how hilly this start was, actually. But yeah, this has to be our entrance point, so it's going to be a little bit off-center. But that's fine. The balloon, like I say, as well, could probably go outside. So we can get... I think I should be able to get one... I'm trying to think how we do this. When we get the thingies down, we'll have to make sure they're spaced out in a way that stops them getting attacked. All right, so let's get this to at least... Well, I could probably finish this today if I really wanted to, actually. But we've got food that I forgot. If I get him to eat that, he's going to... Yeah, he's not going to be happy, so... I'm going to get him to throw away that. And then once you're done with that, we're going to cook more grain porridge, then research. I'm going to make sure I force him to do that a bit better, actually. Right, I'm just going to burn through a bit more of this scrap whilst he sorts this as well. And then for the rest of the day, we are going to do the last salvage. I'm just going to let him finish this. He is in a heat wave, but I think we're fine above certain temperatures. Yeah, below 43, so we're absolutely fine with him anyway. It is nighttime, but I am going to let him do it anyway. We should be okay. Now, his catharsis is gone as well, so we probably want to go out on the expedition to the Mystical Grove, and it's not far at all, so that's something we'll probably want to do in the morning just to get that buff back on. I think this is an absolute waste of time doing this, so I'm going to get him to stop, and for a couple of hours we'll carry on researching. Let's get this to about 70% and then go to bed. All right, we got it 66. He was getting drowsy, so I'm going to put him back to sleep. So in the morning, let's eat a grain porridge, and then we'll do expedition. Alrighty, we'll get him up, and we're going to go Mystical Grove. It's only 6 hours, so even if an attack comes, we should be okay. Just make sure he gets on that straight away. Perfect. Right, whilst you're happy, let's go finish this, please. You don't need any of that. And honestly, if we can get onto this drone, actually, it'll make it a lot easier for grabbing this stuff. What we'll need is a little bit extra power. We've got the CPUs. We just need a couple of electronics. There's the CPU, which is great. That's always going to be handy. And then I want you to research those hot air balloons, please. And we're also going to need to just grab in a couple more sticks. And there we go. Concrete rooms is done. So I have set... I want to untick that, actually. So we need you to store the undesired items, and then it's probably going to be bedtime. So baking of concrete is 5 stone for 10 concrete. So that's actually really good. Like, really, really good. We are going to need a better source of sticks soon, though. I think we're going to burn through... Ah, no, we're good, we're good. I just don't want to waste time grabbing them, if I'm honest. So let's get a third one of you. But you need to go to bed, please, Ken. Okay, severe heat wave is in. This might take us into the 40 degrees almost, but I think he's absolutely fine. I'm thinking in the cold, if we move these and put these in front, you'll see that we get a good temperature buff with the furnaces that we could heat him up with. Just get a few sticks in to make sure we're fine with the cooking and all that sort of stuff. And then when he's done, what do we want to do? I think we will go ahead. Yeah, let him finish that. Then we're going to mine. And 294 scrap. After the mining, we're going to scavenge. And I'm still hoping we get some kind of weapon. We're still stuck on the bow, which isn't ideal. That's 44 degrees outdoors, so we've got to be careful. Below 43. So he is going to start to get heat stroke of some kind. Now, we can cool it. I don't think there's anywhere we can cool it down with, really. But nighttime should be okay. Distress signal. I can't send him out just yet. Now, we may as well start the research of the delivery drones as well. If we can get that out, we'll be really happy. I just need to come up with how we're going to produce 30 power consistently. Because these, during dry season, only produce 4. We could create a few of those. But the repair rate in that would mean we'd need a bunch of scrap. We're doing pretty well on metal, but might just get a straw hat in. We'll always keep that. You know what? Let's just do times. And I can grab a bit of hay from over here. When you get up, come and cut that blade grass. What we'll do then is get the hat sewn just in case, because the severe heat wave, if I have to stand outside too much, I just want to make sure I'm okay. And I think we're good with antibiotics and stuff. Yeah, we're fine. So I'm going to get him to sew the straw hat straight after. It should be pretty quick, actually. Yeah, really, really quick. So that's good. And then, so it's either I spend electronics. We need to find a source of electronics a little bit better to get a battery or two in to cover us off. But we're going to need a decent power grid to power everything soon anyway. So maybe a couple of solar panels. And there it is. So what I'm going to do is get him to put the straw hat on for now, which should, yeah, below 45. So a couple of extra degrees with that one on. I might move this. So cooking, I'm going to move this outside because it's causing a bit too much heat whilst I'm in here for this. We can always move it back in if needed. I think he still gets the light buff from this wall light here as well, so that works out just fine. Right, so we're getting the delivery drones in. Let's go for energy storage, and then let's be sensible with something like flare shielding. So what I'm going to do is try and get electronics. We're going to get batteries in, maybe 2 or 3, and then we're going to get in a couple of solar panels. So we've got battery optimization here too, which would come in really handy. And then carbon wind turbines would give us 8 per turbine as well. So we need a sniper. And then we can focus down one of these, which could also be very, very handy. You know what? Now that I think about it as well, we actually need to invest in the physical infrastructure before we can get the drone out at this rate. So let's just do that. Right, I'm just going to set up a bit of concrete to be smelted now as well. So we'll get that one in. I might need to copy this in. Make this go a little bit further. Just doing a quick scavenge too. We're almost onto the salvage of this piece now, which is obviously the electronics. So we get lucky beforehand, but mostly going to be scrap. The good thing about Ken is he gets double scrap, so metal isn't a problem really. There we go. We've got aggressive animals, and it is 5 shooters. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is hide behind here. These guys are going to shoot at this, which is a problem. This is where it can be tricky. Now, what I can do is draft him and deal with this outside of the refinement here. So they shouldn't be very quick, and we should be able to hit them and get them at least bleeding somewhat. Now, we've got night vision goggles, so the nighttime shouldn't matter, and we have the range on them. So I'll shoot and then back up, and I should be able to do some pretty good damage to this. As long as I can hit them. I really don't want to be getting any shots off on me, though. And we should be slightly quicker than these every time. These would kill me, though. If I don't kill these via this, they will kill us probably. So, because they do a lot of damage with their shots. Okay, that one's as good as dead. So that's good. And just need to work up a bit of a bleed on these guys. There we go. One dead already. Second one's going to die. Hopefully that'll stop coming at us. And then we can focus the other ones. And then we'll go around for these two. See, sniper would just be a game changer right now. We could deal with pretty much all of this before anything happens, but we can make do. All right, that one's dead now, so 2 more left. That one's going to bleed out on the last tick. There we go. So what we're going to do is come on over, speed it up. I think we're still good. All right, don't do this if there's a brood mother, though. You are screwed if there is, because they make them run really quick. There we go. Last one then. Let's go kill it off. And good news, it's on its way anyway. And last couple of shots. This one is as good as dead. It is bleeding as well. Can't quite see the bleed, but it is bleeding. So we are good. I'm just going to run with it on speed. There we go. Good stuff. Right, not going to carve these ones up. I'm not too bothered about them. They're a bit too far away and it will be a waste of time, but I'm glad we can deal with that. And actually, just straight 10 shooters on their own like that would be fine as well. I could just whittle them down. Even easier if I get a pistol. Not a pistol, a sniper, sorry, with the range. Pistol doesn't quite have the range to be able to do that as well. Okay, it's time to cook. And then we're going to have a quick look at our expeditions. We've got the peculiar crash site, explore, and a distress signal, and then the trade ship. So we're going to do the peculiar crash site. This is obviously a whole day that we'll need to go on. But this will unlock our electricity needs. Now, if only we had this every time. So during the severe heat wave, we're fine without. We'll be able to power a drone with 2 of these. But with the severe heat wave, we are going to have the problem. So we need to factor that in. I think I might have the same entrance style over here with a couple of flamers in as well. So this will be able to help us protect the other things as they come. So still going on that one. He's sleeping whilst he's out. I think I'll plan that out. And it's going to need to be flat ground. So the main thing we'll need to do is get in the flamers first, I think. And we'll put 2 here, and then I can work with this on how we want to achieve it. And he is there, so let's go deal with that. There's the communication device. So we've got the orbital radio core communication device. Obviously, we can't do that anywhere near yet, but at least we've got it. Then we're going to hit up the traps. So we're going to have... And then this entrance point... Actually, I think that needs to go as well. snap it to the corner. We'll get as tight as we can on this piece here. Okay, so we'll have this second point here, and we will grab, for now, just a little... Actually, we're okay to just remove these. We're going to deconstruct those. So what we'll do is break these down. We'll have another entrance point here that is going to be defended from the back. Now, that will hopefully allow us to guide dangerous animals in the correct position when they come in. Now, he should be back in a moment, and we really need to work on getting this stuff set up. Now, our absolute best find would be to explore and find an electronics indefinitely spot. Then we'll be laughing. Right, there we go. We got our perimeter ready as well. Sorry, I was paused, and Kenny's on his way back. It's 2 hours left. Get that broken down. This is going to be the setup, and then I'll get a bit of defensive thing. So we've got fallback positions. If they breach, I can run through to the other one, is what I'm thinking. Does look like we're going to have to do a little bit more mining to keep on top of it, though. These guys a little bit closer, so let's grab them. And here he is. Come on, Kenny boy. Now there's no heat. I'm going to equip the baseball cap again because it's a little bit better for the cold and not just the heat. So I think that's the sensible option here. We're also going to cut down a couple. I'm doing these obviously one at a time, just to be on the safe side. Okay, signal rocket comes, so another survivor. It's not happening. Obviously, we're not allowed. The rules dictate us. And we have got our first bit of concrete in as well. And if you're wondering about the orbital radio, by the way, you do have to research it. So it's down here. It takes a long, long time. As you can see, each antenna, so we need 200 power permanently to keep this up and running. And that's how we'll obviously get off this godforsaken planet. So he's out mining. What we're doing is just going to get all these little bit of tasks done. We've already got 60 concrete. We don't actually need that much to build the base, if I'm honest. So if I go flooring, concrete, 3 pieces per block, and it's a 7x7, so 49 times 3 is it for the foundation? Or am I just making up numbers here? Let's call it 50. 150 concrete we need total. So let's go to 150, then remove it. That should be everything we need. Now, batteries are about to finish off. I want him to completely finish that, and then I'm going to get him to harvest that before it goes bad. We'll cook up a bit of grain porridge to help him. Energy storage done. Very good. Then we'll finish off all of this building. And he's done a great job of getting this up and ready already, man. What a legend. It's not taking him long. I have sacrificed our research time to get this done, but I will feel much better if we've got a secondary defensive fallback position. So I am forcing him to do some of the traps. And construction 4, perfect. That should be everything we need construction-wise to get moved forward as well. Now he is hungry, so let's do green porridge as the next meal. Right, I've queued up a whole bunch of stuff. We're being hit with a severe heat wave again, so we're going to also probably get hit with another disaster and an attack in a moment. I can just feel it. But I'm just getting all these last bits completely sealed off. Now this might make the attacks a little bit bigger again, but that's fine. We are already in the second year, so our biggest issue is if flyers come. I have no way to defend against them. I'm just praying that they don't come before year 2 end. So I will get probably 1 turret at some point. I think that's sensible. But pretty central, right? So it's not going to be used for killing the walkers. It's going to be used for killing flyers. Right, it is 48 degrees. That is not good. Can you equip that straw hat? Probably worth taking off the jacket. What I should do really is grab in... Just get rid of those. Let's sew a t-shirt. Make sure we have a t-shirt in. We don't want to use our synthetics in case we need them, but we will use the cloth and do that. So below 49, so he's safe. Get yourself a little t-shirt, mate, and you'll be happy days. Doesn't really have any armor on, unfortunately, though, but there you go. He's going to get sunburnt. Look at him go. Well done, Ken. I always get this weird attachment to anyone when I play solo on this game. They then become my favorite character. I did it with Rita last time as well. Look at him go, though. What a legend, man. All right, Taylor, eat some grain porridge. The day is pretty much ended, so I might see if I can get a few % done on the research as well. All right, here we go. We got aggressive animals. This is, right, it's getting there now. So they should be majority small. Okay, small is fine. 2 large spike and then huge overgrowns. So I'm going to stand here, bait them through this, then run this way. So once they're through, I'm just going to come here. If they chew on stuff, that's fine. It is going to be the middle of the night, though, so we're going to want to probably sleep for a couple of hours. So I'll let him quickly handle those. Let's get him to sleep. and I will wake him up in a moment. Right, I've got him up now. Might even be able to get a couple of shots on these. Where are they? So we've already established that the attacks have just shot up in size considerably. I'm being very cautious not to get caught out from the big ones. The little ones, sorry, though. They chew through you like crazy. So what we want to do is just poke a couple of shots here. Force them this way. Mainly on the big guys. So these ones. Don't want to go any further than this, really. I'll let him get a quick shot off, hopefully. And then we can run. And he missed anyway. Come on, then. Come on in. Perfect. Shoot the big one. Because he will shoot us. Come on in, big boys. And then they'll have to go round to come into here, right? This will be removed eventually anyway, but that was the plan. Come on then, can we get trapped? I'll let them bleed out. I'm going to go deal with these. So big boy has got caught and killed. Boom. Look at that. Double-sided. See, this is the play. Pretty much loving life. There we go. Right, we dealt with that very, very swiftly. And good news is we now have some more fuel. So we will butcher up all of that. And we're going to need to cut down some more sticks. Perfect. I'm feeling like probably best not to cut this off here. Although we might want to anyway. This will open out actually, so that's fine. We'll cut this off, but then open this out. So we'll make sure we get that done. But that was quite cool. The way we were able to push them. And actually on this map, it's the camel that attack them much easier than the Ulfin, in my opinion. Ulfin are scary. That's 55 degrees by the fire. So we've got to make sure we don't go near that because that's a 20 degree. Oh, it's not even the worst heat wave yet. We are absolutely fine on grain, but not so much on the meat. So let's get this handled, please. And combat 8 actually as well. So we're back in business. We're just going to get the fuel fermenting because this will go bad very quickly. We only have enough for 2 more barrels. And let's do a tiny bit of research then. I need to make sure I get this up, if I'm honest. You know what? The smartest thing I should be doing right now actually is going out on explore. Because in the night he'll sleep whilst he's on that, right? So I think that's sensible. Let's get to 30%, then we'll send him out. And off he goes. All right, what do we have? Unknown plants. That's not very good. Smoke leaf, tea boiling. Tea boiling's okay. Not something we need right now, though. I could have done with some electronics. Now, in terms of food, we've got 55 syrup. So let's go ahead and hit a little harvest once again. He's out just topping up the fuel and stuff at the moment. We've got enough what we need. Again, trying not to get too much. I need to get this outer wall finished as well. We've got enough stone for it, so we should probably get that done as well. But he is going to need to sleep. Catharsis has 9 days left. I've just noticed our bow is almost gone. So I think I'm okay to get rid of the liquid fuel, but hypothermia for Ken. Low temperatures lead to death. Are you being serious? Okay. He doesn't have his coat on, does he? Get that on, mate. And as you're up, you're going to have to build your next bow. What is the crossbow and how much better? What's the range? 15, 25. So the crossbow seems pretty pointless. Right, we're out of resources for that. So I think we need to harvest some cloth blossom to get our bow done. And actually, that's quite important. All right, he failed the harvest. Have we got any more cloth? We have a little bit here. Ken, can you harvest those, mate? And he can't fail these. We could use that 2 synthetics, but we've got 27 cloth. How much do we need for the bow? Oh, fabrics and leather. Okay. We've got hides, but I can't force him to put them on. You see them here? Doesn't seem to be drying them. There we go. He's put them on. I just had to store undesired. So hopefully we'll have some leather to get that bow done. That's kind of concerning. Hopefully we don't die. Let me just check. It's on 7%, so we should be okay. I'm going to need to sew another coat as well. So we also... Actually, I'm going to go to the clothing expedition. See if I can pull some better clothing. Back in Euphoria. Oh, synthetics. Lovely. So we could probably use those synthetics if I tick them. Don't need them for anything else, so let's do that. Still not enough. Oh, it's not enough because you need to get the leather, don't you? Yeah. Doesn't take too long, so... I'm going to get him up and get him on that expedition. because he'll sleep on there and he is very happy. He's in euphoria. So let's just get him out. And hopefully we can pull a jacket. Go on, Ken. Give us something good, baby. Let's see. Come on. What has he got? He has got one coat, one trousers. So that's good. We don't even need to make it. Kenny boy is back. So you're going to put that jacket on, mate. Get that on. And then that coat is going to get broken down. And they're just normal summer pants. That's not bad. It'll do. We've got a variety, but the space ones are better. Now, this thing is not as good. So its heat tolerance decreased, but the cold tolerance is okay. Blunt defection is rubbish on all of this kit anyway. Let's get him cooking some of this grain up because we only have 2.5 meals of sweet syrup. We've got plenty of grain though, so let's get that in and then we'll get him planting this. Actually, we need to get another bunch growing before I forget. And cooking finally at level 1. That's good. Every little helps. Also think farming. Yep, we're getting there. Almost a quarter of the way to level 3. Let's get him eating. He is saying he's cold, but it'll be okay again in a moment. The night does get stupidly cold. He's only good up to 0, so you'd think, actually, weirdly, a t-shirt should give you cold tolerance as well, right? It's another layer. All right, remind these last bits to get these bits in here, and then we'll go ahead and destroy out all of those. Actually, makes sense just to deconstruct this. It's probably enough to build these, right? Okay, let's get this research going again. We're only on 33%. It's a bit naff, really. And it's crazy to think. What I'm trying to do is I'll get all my little bits of research out of the way before I need to do the 5-day max research for the orbital radio. Now, he's already at... His intellect is almost halfway to level 6. So the good news is it won't ever actually take the full amount. So I don't know the exact values, but it's not going to take the full 3 days is what I mean. We're on 40% though, so see if we can get this up a couple more before we send him to bed. We have the ingredients for the short bow now as well, so let's get that done before we run into trouble. I'm going to push to get him back into euphoria as well. I think that's a smart choice. And then we'll also cut down maybe 4 of these. I'm only cutting them when they hit to 10 as well. And then I'm going to have to go out for a bit more wood. And then we'll build the next tower this side as well. So we want a tower each side just to force them in. I'll probably need more traps as well. But this is kind of forcing us to make bigger attacks. But I can cope with that, I think. All right, just get him to play darts. I am going to force this delivery drones out until it's done, I think. Because that's going to help me just do so much more. We've ended up with our dried smoke leaf. Do I even want that? Not really. Can't do much with it. Okay, we got up to 57%. I'm also getting a 3rd wind turbine, so that will leave us with 12 as a minimum. Obviously, the drone will go in and out when the heat waves come. But we just need that one battery. That's obviously going to use our last electronics, so we are going to need to get back on salvage over here. But yeah, let's get it first. There it is. Look, 1 normal heat wave, so there it is. You can never go below 4, but that's how bad it is. So it's pretty rubbish. There's the aggressive animals. That is a brood mother, I believe. The camel might attack this. Yeah, the camels are getting killed, actually. Get it, camel. Get some bites on it. There we go. So that should start bleeding out, which is good. Thank you, camels. I'm just leaving him doing his thing, though. I think that's sensible. Let's just keep a close eye on where he's at. So no meltdown whatsoever. Let's get him back on research whilst we wait for the attack to come. We're going to do the same again. Just going to draw them through both. But that brood mother will make them run pretty quick. And it has been bleeding because it got into a fight with the camel. So, and then I'm going to just run back. So the agitated does make them run very quick. But the trap should deal with them just fine. And we're going to focus our efforts on the big one. Oh, yep, they managed to miss, which is great. So we're going to come back this way. Come on in. The fire is warm and lovely. And there we go. Beautiful. Get out of here. Right, focus the brood mother. And there it is. That should be game over now. These things have so much, like, it's been bleeding out for ages, but it's, yeah, it is as good as dead. Probably go to bed, mate. There we go. That is a sign of things to come, though. We are going to need to get on top of this very soon. Good news is delivery drone is on 84%. Bad news is I have no electronics to power the batteries for it. All right, he's up and fermenting, so let's get these queued up and butchered here. Let's get loads more fuel going. I do think I need to stand and just salvage constantly. I think it's the only way we're going to be able to do what we want to do here. But we did run low on fuel, so I want to make sure we do have enough. Because the flamethrowers will be getting low as well. So that's the main thing. All right, last 6%. I am going to force him to finish it. Although, is it worth waiting till the morning? I think it is. Come and cook. That'll keep you warm through the night, mate. And when you get up, you can eat that grain porridge and finish this, please. Okay, we just got the thingy for a burning cruise vessel. Let's see how far away that thing is, because the burning cruise vessel can provide goods. It's a bit far. No, I'm not going to bother with that. It'll probably be beer or something like that. There's the delivery drone, though. Perfect. So I'm going to let him do the thingies. Then we're on to salvaging, I think. So we're aiming for electronics. We need to get a bit of luck here. Yes, 6 electronics, you legend. Right, so what we're going to do is get the delivery drone first. Actually, it's only 10 power, so we've got enough for this plus the light. I'm going to keep this here. If you could get that done, mate, that would be wonderful. And toxic ash. Right, so what we'll do with management on activities, I'm going to get rid of a deliver once this is in. And we're living out of a stick shed, but we have a drone. Because you know what? It's legendary. It's right in front of the thingy as well, but there we go. Let's get things done, please. Now, I should be able to stick to my salvage and stuff like that now. And we've got to get this flare shielding out because the CPU will use a lot. Actually, do we need that? Don't think we do. I'm going to risk it without flare shielding on this run. I'm going to be silly. All right, we managed to grab the power cell. We are going to need one of those. What is out of reach? Ken, get that barrel move, mate, because I have messed up and shouldn't be out of reach anymore. What's out of reach? I shall also move that barrel when I can as well. What's his old equipment now? The cap and the shoes. So we're going to have to get some more shoes done as well. I probably go out to the clothing one and see if we get lucky again. Now, I'm going to break down one of these furnaces now. I don't think we need it. So, guys, just going to stick out this salvage for a bit. I think I'm going to have to go for battery optimization as well. So we are going to spend a bit of time for that. So I think 2 batteries should cover us. And then we can start to think about getting our orbital core done. Another CPU. We're still sitting on a few of those. CPUs could be okay if we want to get one of our things in. Seem to be a bit cold. Oh, we're in the wet season, so actually we're going to need to get something a little bit better. What trousers are we wearing? We've got space ones, so they're the best. We got the cap. Just the jacket. Let's grab ourselves fur cap. Come and do that, mate. Get yourself warmed up with that, because he is pretty rubbish right now for that. That should help us. That'll give us the -8, I think. Still waiting for a weapon. I could go and craft one as well. I just don't want to waste the electronics and stuff, and it'd be great if I could find one. I've got really unlucky with that. There we go. It's just straight 36 small bugs that want to attack, so that is a nice, easy one. We're just going to stand up on here with that one. Actually, probably won't even stand up on it. I want to run to here if I need to. But there's the hat at least anyway. I'm going to get him to put that on. And I think we need to set off another pair of shoes at some point. So we'll just go for the sneakers once more. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and observe one of these bushes now as well. I'm cutting these down. I think I might, rather than having to walk out here cutting these, I might grow a little bit out here as well. We do have some over this way, but I think I'll be sensible. Just thinking food-wise, we still don't need to worry. I've just noticed even more grain out here. But yeah, we're just going to salvage until they're ready. They are coming already, so we may as well. Yeah, they're relatively close. So let's draft them up. Let's not mess about. They're only the little ones anyway, so I will stand over here and hopefully bring them in this way. Here we go. Let's have some fun. Try and kill them before they set off traps, but the bleed is good. The trap should kill them because they are only the little ones. Shouldn't be any problem at all. We got one that's got in there, but that's okay. Managed to sneak around because the traps are gone, but we can kill that one. We had one get in, done a bit of injury there, but that's okay. And we just got hit by a dust storm, but good news, we've got the gas mask. Now, he was trying to go to bed. He's a bit drowsy, but I'm going to keep him researching for a little bit. We'll get this battery optimization done. I think that's going to be a great thing to do. Probably do need to get these guys repaired, though. We don't want them damaged, really. So let's make sure they are okay. And I'm going to allow him to now go to bed. He did 10%. It was worth it. All right. I just realized as well, we're actually over halfway through the second year also, based on this, which is interesting. I've got him doing a bunch of stuff, and I'll also queue up the butchering of the overgrown. But we wanted to get a bit of this cut down to make sure he's ready. Also cooking up this for some food variety here, because I see that we're down to the last 15 on syrup, so I'm going to have to get a little bit more as well. Main thing is to get all this done though, so I will make sure all of that is getting butchered, because the drone will grab it all anyway, so we won't need to worry, and we can get these barrels going again. We have 40 and this is full, so we're fine, but just want to make sure all that work gets done. I think it might be best place to get a little wardrobe in now as well. I think that's a sensible choice, because then we can just move the hats and stuff into here. So we'll get rid of apparel and weapons on both of these. Actually, all three of these. We'll get that moved into there. I'm going to move the drone out of the way. I've just realised. So what it was is the darts board that's out of reach that he was trying to do. And I need to go out for the catharsis again, because he's pretty low happiness here. And there we go. All clothing already moved over. It's just, the drone is just so good, isn't it? Let's make sure we keep him in a good place. You know what? Let's go to the Mystical Grove. It's 6 hours. It's 3 a.m. So he'll be back in the morning as well. He should have a sleep whilst he's there. And he's got the fermenting barrels pretty much done. So hopefully he'll disappear after that. And there we go. Nice jump straight back up to 70. I love it. So let's think about this. When he gets back then, let's get this observed. We'll place down the sticks. So we've got enough. I could even get them inside. But I think I've got enough room to get one. Well, this needs to move actually. So when we're back, let's get this put outside. Probably over here. I don't think they ever attack the hot air balloon. And then we'll move. We'll have a space for our radio here and the other radio here. The landing pod can be outside. I think that should work. And our research rate, look, he's so quick at it now. So good. Okay, let's get these small bushes. Let's just chuck them out here. Should be fine. And then we'll get him to cook up some more porridge. I'm going to bin off that other one. There we go. We'll get a couple more % on the battery optimization. I think what I'm going to do tomorrow, well, today it is now, as it's gone midnight. We're going to get him to sleep. Then it's going to be going into getting these shoes, I think. So, because I'm looking and they are not looking the best. Although I know I said I can go out and try and get the shoes. I think it's safest to do it that way. Because it's only ever going to be trousers and tops, I think, from that. Okay, it's time to grab some more heptagonia. These have come in so handy, man. It's been so good. Let's get those, though. That should be more than enough that we need to get. So I'm going to get him to do that next, actually. And then once these are tailored, I need to pick a job, to be honest. I get bored of doing the same thing over and over each day, so... But that's crafting 6. Now, crafting obviously makes him happy, so after the harvest, I think we'll get battery optimization, and then everything else should be good. I can get him to eat momentarily. We'll probably be okay with the porridge for another day. Maybe get him to eat that as well after he's done that. Because he won't need to transport anymore anyway. The drone will do it, so... And he's no longer failing much. Oh my god. Holy crap. There is 2 big boys. They're probably going to start fighting stuff, aren't they? Camel, turn and hit them. Oh man, this is scary. Have I got time to build another one each side? Got enough to build one there. So, Ken, come and do that. Let's go. If I can get the third one here, 3 flamers should do quite a lot of damage to these. I don't have enough wood to defend against these, so we're going to have to be really, really tricky with what we do. We've got gate here, and we've also got the tower over here. So whichever side they come, we should be able to bait them out. Yeah, we're going to have to draft him. I'm going to have to stand over by these, and they won't be able to get through this. So I'm going to use this as a bit of a trap area. And I might have to run across. We do have this gate over here, so I need to be really careful. All I need them is here, though, because they will run very fast. Well, this is what we call risky business. Hopefully I can start shooting them, though, and get a bit of a bleed on. I missed. That's annoying. There we go. Good stuff. Holy crap. Oh, no. Oh, no. There's no gate here. Yeah, see, that's what we didn't want to happen, but that's okay. I can get out. The bleeding is bad for these guys, though, right? The other ones, not so much. Come back through, guys. So I'm just going to have to do this constantly. Bit cheesy, I know. But that's what we've got to do. The rest, they're all trapped. So I'm going to get him to go heal. All right. So I'm forcing him up. Well, he's not still quite healed. It's okay. We've still got work to do. And I'm going to get him to do all of this. So just get a bit butchering done. A bit of moving. And then get the traps up and ready as well. So I think it's the explodey traps that work on the other one, on the big ones. But we've had them come a few times. It's not going to be long until we've got until the flyers show their face. So I need to be really careful and prepared. I've only got 4 more hours of the pain as well, and then Ken will be okay. I think I'm going to use this opportunity to start salvaging. And we've got room for a third flamethrower now as well on this side. Don't have the fuel though, so maybe we'll ferment. There's some in, but we'll get him to do a little bit more. We've got some ready anyway. Production's almost done, so I'll just get him to fill the rest. There's not much point in the salvage after this, so I'll get that going as well. Have we got any spare bug meat? We've got 69, so once these finish, then I should be able to get another one going. There we go. Yeah, I think a battery and then maybe a turret at some point might come in pretty handy. Just a central turret to cover both sides will be more than enough to deal with these, I think, because it just provides a distraction. So they'll go and attack that, right? No, part of me's... I'm kind of tempted to get the advanced research desk. I can power it down, right? It's 3, though. It's 3 electronics. No, I'm going to get rid of that. That's our problem, isn't it? This one's absolutely fine. We've got enough for everything we need here. Although, we need 5 CPUs total, actually. We've only got 3. There is 1 power cell we need as well, but they can be broken down for 2 electronics as well, should we need them. But honestly, I think just keeping it as is probably best. We've got a few more salvages and stuff that we can break down. But yeah, let's work on the battery optimization. Electronics, please. Come on. Scrap. Okay. Go on, buddy. Come and research instead. It's a bit dark out there. It's going to be a little bit slow. So you've got the light in here. You may as well come to research instead. Partly tempted to craft, actually. Let's try and get him into, what's it called, euphoria here. Just makes a lot of sense. Let's get another one going. Should be able to hit the 100% here, actually. Back inside. Boom. Let's get this moving. I got 1 more salvage on this, so I'm just going to get that out of the way as he'd already started it. And before it gets dark, let's do that. And then research in the dark so we don't lose the debuff for this, I think, is the right play. Yep, 6 electronics, perfect. Right, so what we're going to do is build a battery. Battery itself, I think we can squeeze over here. Let's get that one built, buddy. And then we can actually, if we want to, we can research a turret of some kind. But I think this is the right play. Actually going to try and push him back into euphoria again here. So just push him to craft every single time. I just want to point out we're over 50% battery optimization. I'm just pushing him as much as I can on crafting at the moment to get this up. We are struggling a little bit to push it the full way. Bit of a cold as well. But we should be okay. We've just got that -9 that's going to last for a day or two, which is a bit annoying. So we might just need to carry on as normal. Good news is, though, the battery is fully charged. We have 3 more. It's 5 for one of those. So we're going to need to salvage and scavenge once again for some electronics. So I'm thinking probably that one. There isn't any closer, I don't think. So that's the best choice. Alright, we've got our next aggressive animals. It is 31 of the small ones. So that is a really good attack for us. Nice and easy. We're just going to research through the night here. Let's make sure we probably eat something, though. Let's quickly eat. We're on 82% of the battery optimization. So just trying to get through as much as I can. Now, for this attack, I can stand in the tower. Nothing's going to hurt us. And we've got 3 flamers now. Only a couple of traps here. I need to actually fill this gap. But that's enough. And that should do a lot of damage. But I really want to push this, man. Come on. 90% before they attack would be fantastic. There's a self-destruct alert as well. That's a research, I think. I am after electronics. Going out a couple of times might be a good way of getting them. It's probably quicker than scavenging. Just try a bit of luck. See if I can find a indefinite source. Should do pretty well. Once, hopefully, we kick them off, these guys are all going to get trapped before anything happens anyway, but as long as it triggers them... Oh, what? They walked straight through that. That's annoying. Why is that one not flaming? Is it on a weird hill? I have no idea. Let's try and stop them breaking the flamers, actually. Unfortunately, we got a little bit of lucky with that one flamer didn't fire, so we probably, if we had the traps down, we would have been okay. Let's go kill these last 2. There we go. And we'll get all this repaired anyway, it's fine. What I will go ahead and do is butcher these, and we will copy these guys in. So, pretty sure we would have been okay if we did that. I can also wall behind them to make it sure they try and attack from the front. I'm going to get him to ferment a couple of barrels, and then we're going to go on an expedition. Whilst he's drowsy, I'm going to go ahead and go on out. And honestly, we're going to try another explore. And then when he gets back, we're going to have to dig ourselves up some more heptagonia. So it's really slow at the moment, man. Every attack, it takes so long to reset all this. Okay, what have we got? See a cluster of trees and dry bushes. Okay, we've got infinite wood. And he got an injury. Of course he did. So he's coming back with nothing. Great. What a waste of a day. Oh, that is so annoying, man. We have no meds either, so I'm going to have to grab some more bandages in. A little bit annoying. Oh, that's really annoying, actually. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get him to craft the bandages. That should make him happier. Get this up just to counteract this. We're going to have to wait 19 hours for this little bit to go, but I'm going to let him heal on his own. And we'll finish off this battery optimization. So it's only 9% more. He should be able to finish that now before bed. We'll see. He's getting mighty close to leveling up to level 6 as well. So this should increase the speed once again. And there it is. So we now have basically created 2 batteries out of 1, which is fantastic for no resources. So I'm probably going to put one more down that's equivalent to 4 batteries. And then I'm just going to let him sleep this off. He has 12 hours until he's okay. So when he gets up, he will eat some grain porridge. And honestly, I'm going to go out on the expedition again. No, I'm not. I'm going to make sure all of the traps are redone. Then we're going to go on out. So he should be back in business then. He's a little bit cold because we are in the wet season. And his body tolerance above -6, so he's fine. He'll heat back up. And let's go to the spaceship debris that is close by. Now, we could get lucky. I'm hoping we do, and we pull some more electronics here. I think that's the main thing we want. Or a couple of CPUs. His physical is pretty good, so he should be able to bring... Oh, it's almost level 6. So we should be able to bring back some good stuff, but his stats are looking really good. Right, here we go. Emergency rations and scrap metal. I mean... 20 emergency rations will save us cooking time, so I can do other things. So we'll just go... Yeah, we'll go porridge and cooking rations, I guess. That's fine. And whilst we're doing... I think I'll stick to a few hours a day of this research as well. So 5 days max. We're going to cut that down a little bit, but it's going to take a long time. So we're going to have to start it now just to get it done. And then all the other bits of research we can do willy-nilly, really. I think I still... will have to go down some kind of turret. If I don't, I am risking it all. But we could try and escape before I think they're going to come. But we're in the 2nd year. Honestly, the flyers are coming anytime soon. And I don't have a weapon to kill them. And our next attack is here. We have big and 7 big. Holy crap. Okay. That's a little bit concerning. I can't go out and kill them either because of the little ones. So we're going to have to just rely on what we have here. So let's, well, let's focus up. Probably cook some grain porridge whilst we wait. Yeah, not the happiest here. I'm going to stand this side and try my best to get them in. Get that last trap in. Realistically, we probably need this pipe to be way longer. But yeah, this is going to be... So 7 of the small ones are not a problem. It's the 7 large ones. So it's going to be a problem. Yeah, not going up high for this. I'm going to try and deal with these one by one. Try and kill them before the next one comes. Because they will shoot my drone and stuff, but I should be able to bait them in by shooting these other ones. If I go up here and then get down afterwards, actually, it's probably the right idea. Don't worry about that one. Shoot the big boys. Can't quite see them at the moment. I'm going to get ready to go down, though. They're shooting the flamers, actually, and shooting me. So as long as they miss me, we should be okay here. We can get a couple of good shots on. Luckily, some are lagging behind. Right, we're going to have to get down now. Because we are bleeding, and that should bait them in a little bit. Come on in. The weather's lovely. There we go. That's one. Come on over, my friends. Let's get rid of that. There's another one. Welcome yourselves in. There's 5 of the big ones. I should be able to shoot them from here, actually. They are a pain in the backside, though, killing my flamers. That one is bleeding as well, so not too concerned. I think that's 1 flamer dead. Not good. They're killing my drone. Stop. Good. Right, big boy. Let's go. All my traps are stopped, but it's okay. I should be able to deal with this. I'm going to kill my drone, man. Good. Make the shots count. We've got 5 more. Oh, he's coming this way. He knows what he's doing. Another one dead. Right, they've killed 2. Kill the little one here. I should be fine. There we go. Now, unleash now. Let's get the kills here. Good. Last one. Oh, we got it. That was scary. That was scary. I'm only going to butcher the big ones because I don't think we have time. So, Ken, you're going to have to heal up. We are now out of first aid kits as well. Bandages should be fine though. Flamethrowers massively saving the day here with the traps. Okay, worst cases then, we're going to have to craft the electronics as well. So we've got silicon deposits nearby, so we should be fine to grab that. So we can hit that if absolutely necessary, right? But the most of our things are going to have to be focusing up on these. And I really want the second battery, if I'm honest. Let's do some scavenge. Part of me's hoping I could get really lucky here and pull a sniper. I will be loving life because those flyers are coming, man. Oh, that's good. Okay. The medical I will take. I don't care about the syrup right now, guys. Let's focus up scavenge here. We've done 2 of 6, so I just want to stand here today and do this. I have been obviously casually doing a little bit of this, 7%, but that's going to obviously take some time. And we can't build it until we've got the electronics anyway. We need one more CPU as well. So I'm hoping to get a little bit lucky. What did we get? Bit of metal, physical 6, so this is good. It should get a little bit quicker. Let's go until it gets dark though. And then we'll eat a grain porridge. So last one over here. Come on, electronics. Right, we got scrap. We do need the scrap anyway for the metal at some point, but right now this is the most important thing. So we're going to let him eat. Probably punch that for a bit and then we'll research again. Come on, last one. Electronics, weapon, anything. Damn it, not happy with that. Right, we're going to set salvage though. I'm going to stand for best part of the day, see if we can get these electronics out. Actually, what we want is another CPU because or power cell, because they can be broken down for electronics as well. So either or really. And there it is, 13 flyers. Okay, that's bearable. I am going to have to go out and deal with these then. So I'm going to have to stop what he's doing. And we're going to have to attempt to kill them as best I can. So we should be able to... 13 won't kill us, I don't think, anyway. So the idea is to probably take down as many as we can. They will fly at us after we shoot once, though. So we're going to have to run, shoot and run. That's okay. They're easy enough to kill, and they will turn around. So luckily, even with a bow, they are 2 shots to kill. And they are deadly. They are super deadly. Luckily, our combat skill is very high already. They're not deadly when you've got a pistol, though. Pistol 2.0 absolutely rips flyers. Right, last 3. So I've managed to kill them all, actually, before they even attack, which is perfect. So I don't think we'll see any for a little while. They don't come all that often, to be honest. So we are good. Luckily, we haven't built too much. So if I had a few towers and stuff, they'd probably be in the 60s. That one's going to bleed out, so I'm just going to leave that one to die. But there we go. I'm not going to waste time butchering, so that gives us some time to actually work on our stuff here. As much as I want to salvage, we are going to spend, obviously, the day now doing research because we're already inside and it's dark. But nice and easy. Dealt with those flyers and it wasn't as bad. So I reckon we could, with a bow, we can manage probably 20-ish before they hit us, maybe? I don't know. So if it's any bigger, we've got to be careful. All right, rather than doing that then, so we've eaten. I'm just moving this balloon out. Now, research of orbital radius at 19%, but I'm going to salvage for a bit, see if I can get anything good. Again, electronics here would be perfect, and then I can move on to the hoping for CPUs. Either or, though. Well, metal is not great. Oh, wow, a mech core. Holy crap, we found a mech core, baby. Now, the mech core itself, to be dismantled, gives us everything we need. So we're going to dismantle it. Ken, do you want to do that one, mate, afterwards? I'm going to let him walk because he says he's anxious. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. Now, it would be great to get a mech. Then everything would be easy. Just a small light mech with machine guns would survive everything. But this stuff right here. The power cells are our electronics and the CPU is what we need. So I'm going to wait for him to bring it back. We need 1 power cell, wasn't it? Or 2. I think we can get away with breaking down 1 power cell here, and then the rest will come in. Hopefully they bring that over. Go on, drone, go and get it. There we go. Distant light, maybe another survivor. No, as much as I would love another survivor, we are not allowed. Sorry. So now comes the big slob grabbing the orbital radio. So we've got 5 electronics, 8 CPU cores. Way too many CPU cores. So we could go ahead and get what we need then. Now let's just double check. So we need, yeah, 2 power cells and 5 CPUs. Electronics is what we need for the battery. So everything else is good. So 1 more battery then. And we have everything we need. So repairs, obviously, we will need to consider as well. But if that happens, it happens, right? I'm also going to go ahead and build the 4x4 concrete, the 7x7 concrete floor, sorry. And this needs to be on something relatively flat. Doesn't matter where. So we have our 150. Hopefully we can get this battery charged. And as we get more fuel in, I think we can get a diesel generator to fall back on with it, or something like a... I think that should cover us. Problem we have is a automatic power switch, so we have a diesel generator on a manual switch instead, is what I'm thinking. As intellect 6, that's going to help. Good stuff. So hopefully we can push this forward. And Euphoria. Honestly, we can turn off the delivery drone once we get to the point of waiting for our call as well. Hopefully we get lucky, and one of the first calls is good. Just got a lot of building to do in the meantime. How much metal am I going to need? 250. So we've got 150. Loads of scrap metal though, so let's get 250. There we have the 50%. We're getting there, man. We are nearly finished on year 2, by the way, as well. 44 days in. So we'll have a New Year celebration in 5 days. Now, I am going to force him to do other little bits just to get the happiness up. He loves a good craft, so we might be able to push into Euphoria again. We'll eat some green porridge after. That should be enough to tip him over the edge. Yep, that did the trick, I think. Boom. Euphoria, baby. Right, let's get this floor constructed and out of the way and cleared and all that sort of stuff, and then we'll get back to this because we're going to need that anyway. All of this matters, right? We're on 55%, and I'm actually... Oh, another cold. What I'm doing is binning off the items on the shelves that I don't want. So, for example, I got rid of the power crystals and the leaves because the less items we have, the better it is for us. I'm just thinking by now, probably should have built a normal bed. So let's go ahead and also do that. And I'm thinking if I put it here, we might get the warmth from this to stop him feeling cold, and then we'll dismantle that one. So Ken, you do that one and then deconstruct that one after. We'll get him a nice bed, why not? There you go. A little bit better. Might be a little bit easier with the bed because he'll sleep in a comfy bed for the thingy. And actually, if you had a quilt, you're obviously going to, although they don't have a quilt, but say you'd be warmer, right? Right, these are our last 2 smeltings for the furnace as well. So we'll have our 250. And back to the research, so we're on 65%. Yep, slept in a comfy bed. There you go. We get +9 for that. I should have done that sooner, actually. Let's do a quick craft here. Let's try and push him back in. We might be able to. Although the common cold is going to stop us, but actually we counteract it. We've got 15 hours left on that. But once again, trying to push for it then. The common cold is gone at any moment now, so it will be Euphoria time. I'm going to force a emergency ration eat. And then we'll go back to research. There we go. Beautiful. We should be able to smash this last 21% out. And honestly, intellect, we're over a quarter of the way, which is good. It's getting there. I'm going to deconstruct the shooting target now. I think we'll stick to just those 2. And I'm contemplating. I think we should be able to get one here, one here. Holy crap. We've got another haunt. That's actually relatively easy to deal with, I think. I should be able to push them in this way once again into the 3. Don't want to be caught out there though, mate, whilst they're coming. So can you come back in? Thank you. Alright, they're on their way. So what I'm going to do with the big one then is hopefully draw it this way. And then it will decide that it needs to come through this. And then I'll... Actually, it sprints through, so I've got to be really careful. I'm not letting what happened last time happen again. So our shots need to come on this thing, but then we'll move over. Hopefully we can land a couple of shots. Right, that's great. So we started the bleed process. That's all we need right here. But I am going to run now. Yep, that's good. Get yourself out. We have a problem where we're going to bait these over now, though. So I'm going to have to... well, that worked, actually. Quite well. Come on, flamers. Kick off. Come on. We're going to get caught out horribly here, by the way. No, we're good. Right, that's perfect. Let's deal with these coming around the back then. There we go, last ones. I'll just knife these and we'll let you do your thing. Hold on, mate. We've got enough healers to deal with this anyway, so I have no problem with that. We will butcher the big one and maybe these bugs. The rest can be left. Now, we managed to get to 88% before they came, so I'm going to allow him to probably crack on with those. Probably best you go to sleep, mate. But when you get up, you are going to butcher all of these and do your repairs. That wasn't so bad. So when it The only problem was that, obviously, there's New Year's Eve. But I think that wasn't so bad because of this. Now, I've got to be careful because I think, yeah, our catharsis is gone as well. So we're going to need to go back out for that. We have plenty of fuel, though, so we're fine. Now, looking over the clothing, it's not looking the greatest, though. So we might need to go out and grab that as well. This might last, actually. It's because we get hit. When you get hit, it takes a bit of a beating. And there we go. We're in good standing now. So I think the last bit of our metal is finishing off once again. The repairs on the metal is going into the flamethrowers, but that's absolutely fine. Let's get this done. Just going to let him celebrate because you get a good buff from that as well. I might not need to go out because of this, which is awesome. And just like that, we're in the dry season once again, year 3. So things are good. So the warm clothing won't be a problem, but on comes the heat waves with problems here. So that's the only other thing. Right, time to get up, Ken. Let's get this done. Right, the last couple of percent of the orbital radio is about to finish. I'm just trying to push up again, but I probably need to go out and grab that other thing. But that's okay. We can get this last bit done. And being in the 3rd year now, and dry season is going to help. But we'll see. The attacks are probably going to get worse. And there it is. So what we're going to do, this was why we got this, right? So we can get that done. But we'll need to get the construction completed first. So I'll push all this in. And then the antenna, oh, we need wood for the antenna actually. So this one, I think we're going to have over here. And I'm hoping, honestly, I'm thinking we move it over here. Oh God, here we go. 18 flyers and some big ones. So I'm going to have to go and kill the flyers. So the little ones are fine, but it looks like there's a broodmother in there. So those are going to run when they attack actually, which is a problem. Let's get him drafted though, because every second's going to count here. Hopefully I can just pull the flyers in. That's the main thing. So we're going to shoot and run. And that's 1 dead on an instant shot. That's perfect. I don't care. And the key is these will bleed out pretty quickly. So as long as we can get them bleeding, we're laughing. So there we go. They're moving pretty quick, these things. That's not good, actually. Kind of annoying. Because those, I don't necessarily... If I can get 1 shot on them bleeding, that's fine. But I just need them to stop running at me. And then we'll have them nice and weak for when we move on. Good, right. We've got them all bleeding. Might get 1 more shot on this one. I am going to run back round to the flyers. There we go. That's perfect. So that one is as good as dead. So is that one. That big one, they walk slower. So it's about the flyers right now. A couple of misses is fine. These will turn around anyway. Okay, we're down to 12 flyers. These 2 are bled out, so I don't need to worry about those. Oh, if I don't kill these before the attack, though, I am dead. So purely because of that broodmother, it's kind of annoying. 11. Oh, we got hit by 1. But they don't make you bleed. They spit acid, so it's not the end of the world. Right, down to 10. This is probably one of the most crucial fights right now, by the way. I'm not just saying that because it's happening right now. I think it actually is. And just getting a bleed on each one is the most important factor here. And it's working really well. But I think we managed it. So we are good. They're down to the last couple, and we should be absolutely fine. Getting hit a little bit, but it is just physical damage. And that one's going to bleed, so 2 more then. It looks like they're all attacking now, so let's kill them before they do too much damage. We should be able to just stand here for these. We managed to deflect that bit, so that's perfect. Last one here, and then we'll start shooting you. Oh, man, that was so close. That could have been really bad. So what we'll do is just run around and kill this one. Our broodmothers do have similar range to me. It's probably a couple of meters less, so we do need to make sure we hit a couple of these shots. Deflections are not good right now. And a hungry pest coming in. That's annoying. There we go. We've managed to get a few hits on it now, so there'll be a good amount of bleeding happening. They have some HP, though. There we go. The last couple of shots should finish this one. Holy crap, that was risky. A mixture is not good when there's flyers in the mix right now. I have no defense for them. Should be able to sneak past back up this way. Maybe not. Can run down this way. There we go. We're done. Beautiful. So all we've got is a little bit of pain. It's just acid burn. 1 day 5. 1 day 14. You know what? We aren't going to heal from this. I am going to allow you just to crack on. So I'm going to turn off the wait for treatment here. And you, good sir, are going to move this around. And we are going to copy this, hopefully, into here. That's too close. So what I'm going to do is cancel that one then. And we are going to try and move this as far over as I can. Is that enough? Right, we need to go a little bit further out then. So let's break down those. Kenny boy, sorry mate, you need to come and do this so we can get this thing in. Do not care about those silly bugs. Ken, you're not allowed to heal yourself because it's a waste of time. We're going to build that one. We're going to copy these in and go around it. There we go. And then I should be able to copy one over here. Perfect. Right, we've got our spot. Now they will attack us as well. We're going to need a bunch of wood. So I'm going to set up a cut of these. And honestly, Ken, let's do it. Let's do it right now. Don't worry about the bugs. They can come and eat all this all they want. Now, there's only 5 hungry pests left. Most of them have ran through. So we've managed to 23 wood. We've got 31. So we need quite a bit more. One trip to that thing would have been enough, but I don't think I want to do that. Now, we do have 4 CPUs, so getting one turret in might not be a bad shout here. Let's get rid of that. Let's see. Problem is, it's a 5-day research again, and I really don't think that's something we can do right now. Now, Ken is exhausted, so get into bed. The orbital radio says not indoors. So, we're going to have to build a tiny little shack. Scrap metal. How big's the orbital radio then? So this thing can kind of go over here, can't it? Yeah, let's just do that. A lovely, terrible little shed there, but I forgot that this needs to go indoors, so we'll stick that there. And Ken should be okay now. He's in a little bit of pain. I'm going to let him just sleep for a couple of hours to get rid of this. And then he has got to go and build a few more things. Okay, let's get a green porridge after all this as well. So we had our first malfunction. I think we got to be getting close, man. If we get lucky, it depends on what happens, right? We just need to get this wood in because I can get all of this built and very much will be relying on this. I've got no electronics, so the batteries, well, it's the equivalent of 4 batteries, remember, so we've got a good amount of power. These things are providing a good amount at the moment, and I can turn the drone off once all this has come in. So I'm going to force the drone to do the hauling, and then we'll know if it's enough in a moment anyway. I think it is because there's 18 already in here anyway, and we'll need some for afterwards. He's a bit drowsy, but we'll stay inside anyway and get this constructed. If he's tired, I'm pushing him to the limit, but I'm getting a little bit of metal on. So this thing is now in. Got 60 cloth. He's going to get in a bad mood every time we go in here, so I am going to just go ahead and put some soft carpet in there. Because why not? When you get up, Kenny boy, have yourself an emergency ration and then construct that. I'm just going to get his happiness up just a little bit more now, just to make sure he's okay. We'll get the food in, get all this constructed, all that sort of stuff. And then we'll start working on these, because once these 2 are up, it will kick off. And they do take some time, but it will get his construction up pretty quickly, which actually will level us up to build them even more. Probably should get the walling in, actually, in case something attacks. So let's focus that first. There's construction 5. That should help a little bit then. Let's get yourself back in. Let's handle those traps. What we might want to do as well is some traps close to this, but I think they're positioned okay. It's just if something dodgy comes over here, although they do have to come round. So either way, they might come in okay. I probably should have utilized the back of this as much as I could, but that's okay. And there's the first heat wave. Look, didn't take long, did it? Might need to swap out my hat. Yeah, let's do it. Let's equip the summer pants and that one, and then we'll get back to the building afterwards. You know what, in theory, we might have enough emergency rations to last. If not, we've got enough grain anyway. I think that'll be enough if we can get all this up. Now, there's a method to what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to partially construct these all the way to the end and then move on to the next one until they're all close. Because what we need to do is try and keep as much of this battery power as we can through this dry season. So being in the wet season will be a bit easier. So it might be a case of having to survive until a certain time. But that's okay. So we're going to get them as close as we can to constructed, and we're going to go boom, boom, boom. All right, we've got 96%, 94%, and then 2%. And to conserve power, we may end up just switching this one off and this one off. So that's 11 power we'd save from there. So at the moment, we've got +1. So this is about to consume 200. So this will go very quickly, right? So we need the heat wave to kind of go. We have no electronics. So what I might try and do is get a couple more of these in. Because that'll drain pretty quickly. How much diesel do we have? I think we get diesel generator and we just get one on a switch should we need it. Yeah, let's go do that now. Let's research those. And I'll harvest this grain so we can keep crafting up in here. We should be okay. So ravenously hungry. Let's go and eat. Going to finish that one off now. He's not hungry. And then we'll let him sleep. There we go. We got an aggressive animal. So small and the horn. So that's actually nice and easy. And they're over there. So they're going to come in through this way. So we've got time. I'm going to let him just sleep, I think. I'm going to get some more metal smelting as well. We've worked the scrap down so it works quite well because these are all going to start malfunctioning as well. Right, let's get the last percentage of these up and running. And then we'll get in a few. I might get in 2 diesel generators. I think should do the trick. And honestly, these 2 will just squeeze over here. Shouldn't be a problem. And let me just check the diesel generator now it's up. This thing lasts for 2 days on 20 fuel. 2 days on 20 fuel. So let's turn that off. These are a backup, right? So, Ken, you can't be punching that right now. Oh, they're coming in the back way, so we're going to come over here then. This is good because we've got a little doorway here. I'll use this one. Oh, good shot. Good shot, Kenny boy. Get over here before this thing goes mental on us. Good burn. And he's gone. Haha, get out of here. Get out of here. Should be a pretty quick one then. This is perfect. Gives us time. And we're going to ferment all this up. This should give us enough to keep us going. I'm going to just manually do diesel generators. I think that is the most sensible way. Actually, that solar flare is doing absolutely nothing. It will when these turn on, so I might wait until it goes. Oh, there you go. Heatwave's gone, so it might be alright to get these on. Right, let's get him to sleep. He's drowsy. Let's eat. Should we get... We'll cook grain porridge and eat that in the morning, though. And then we've got the last bits to do here. So we're just going to fully build all 3 now. Alright, let's go, Kenny boy. Let's get these done. 1, 2, 3. This is where the fun starts, though, because the camels will start to attack. This is really where it's going to matter. So we shall see. This. Oh, we need power poles for this, actually. We have enough scrap to make it work, so we'll get that there. And all 3 online. Let's get this one on, and we should... Is that not quite reaching? It shows it is reaching. Disabled by solar flares. Oh, we don't have it, do we? We don't have the... What's it called in? Shielding. So we could research that, actually. Let's get flare shielding in. And there we go. The antennas are online. So now we keep an eye on the power. -133. So there's the anomalous behavior. Here comes the first 11 camels. Those of you that don't know, when they're running, it makes all animals behave weird. Now that's going to give us loads of food that we can dry up, to be fair. Problem is, I need to make sure I bait them over this way. Now we do have a tower, so I'm going to try my best to bring them this way via me and get up in here. There we go. That should work. The other 3 we'll deal with after, but these do get trapped, so they aren't too much of a problem. Lots of meat at least, right? Oh, this one. You need to shoot that one, please. He's being a bit cheeky. The rest will die. These are much easier than Olfin, though. Olfin are crazy attacks, man. Damaging my flamethrowers, though. That one can bleed, so we'll turn to this one. Good news is the pathing seems to be correct. I'd rather they didn't kill my flamethrower, to be honest. Now, they are going to be able to attack me in a moment, so... I think they will attack the fence only, to be honest, but... I'm going to switch between and make sure I'm getting the bleeds on. And we are kind of stuck up in the tower now. They're going to start attacking me. I think they're going to damage the wooden tower before they damage me, though. But they are bleeding pretty badly, so... Oh, no, they've got me. They've got me. Run this way. Come on, Kenny boy. Get out of there, mate. That's it. You can shoot him from here. There we go. He's getting some headshots at least. These are probably going to be the hardest point now. Come on. From the flame away. That's it. Beautiful. And I'm going to let him go because that is as good as dead. So let's let him heal. Got the meds for it. So he's fine. And then we need to let him to sleep afterwards. Power's getting pretty low. We're going to need to turn on the generators. That's gives us 100. So, honestly, I need more electronics. Kenny boy, we're going to lose the power here. Can you turn these on, please? Thank you. This should help. So, +9. Amazing. Do you get 100 then? No, but these just started spinning super fast. So, we should be able to get this once again done. Let him sleep for a couple of hours. And then we'll get this repaired. Right, he's up. And we'll get it all repaired here. Keep the metal coming, because we are going to have some malfunctions. This one's due to malfunction anytime soon. Oh, just got to make sure this diesel lasts. So we're on the batteries at the moment. I think I might need to turn this off. Yeah, let's turn that off. Every little bit helps right now. -23. So one more of these would have been good, actually. Because we're just short on the power. I could probably get another one of these. Let's do diesel generator. Because we just need to keep this on. I think 1 or 2 and we are good. Just need to be in a plus to keep it alive. There we go. We're charging. Oh, we have our first one. We might get lucky here. You're going to have to wake up, Kenny boy. If not, electronics would be good because I can get more power. So it's not the end of the world. Oh my god, we did it. Yes. Yes. And like good old-fashioned style and tradition, we're going to get naked. Might leave my gas mask on so they think I'm a right weirdo. There we go. Get it all off, Kenny boy. It's time to get up, mate. It's time to get up. You did a great job, but it's time to leave. Oh my god, I did it. This is solo, very hard chaos. Beautiful stuff, and there he goes. It's goodbye for now, Kenny boy. The naked man by the shuttle. And boom, the victory, baby. I wasn't expecting on the first one, I'll be honest, but that was a very, very fun run, actually. Got there in the end, see, keep it nice and simple. You can keep the attacks down. I feel like Chaos Insane Solo is next. But there we have it, guys. Look at that. We acquired bare minimum, to be honest, and barely did any power, and we managed to finish the game. As always, please do hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you aren't already. It really, really means the world to me. And if you aren't already, please do check out Patreon and memberships on the channel. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.